Episode 44 of Jimmy's Diner is brought to you by Soulita Soap. Today I have with me, tell the people who you are.
Ladies and gentlemen, my name is Adam Action. I am a customer of yours, friend of yours, and I host a IGTV show called Hip Hop's Unfiltered, where we basically just pair a bunch of craft beers with different styles of music, including hip hop, obviously, rock, all different, mostly hip hop and rock, I'll be honest with you. But yeah, man, thanks for having me.
Of course, bro. Couldn't come on at a better time. I've mentioned it here and there on the podcast for the last couple of weeks. This has been bothering me. Something happening outside of the country, which it makes it something that is hard to follow for some reason for people, because people would rather go at it over which fucking bum is better than the other right now and whether or not you should be wearing a mask and whether or not fucking potatoes are sold at Taco Bell. For those of you who don't know, because they don't teach stuff like this in school, just like, I mean, I've talked about things like the Tulsa massacre, another thing that they don't teach in school. A lot of things they don't teach in school doesn't mean it didn't happen. Just because it wasn't taught in your history class doesn't mean that it didn't happen. And it's disgusting that it's still not taught. The Armenian genocide, which, correct me if I'm wrong, is the first genocide.
Yeah, the 21st century.
Of the 21st century. A lot of people don't know that it's.
Century.
I'm gonna be honest. I didn't know about this until I started working for Caro, and then my girl reminded me. She put me onto a lot of documentaries, and I had to educate myself. But that's the point. We have to educate ourselves on things like this, especially on the last podcast. I'm gonna be bouncing around all the time, all over the place with this intro. But on the last podcast, I mentioned being a lover of just a lover in general of human beings. It's gonna sound so corny, but just of human beings in general. And you can't be a humanitarian when it comes to Black Lives Matter, when it comes to what was happening in Puerto Rico. Just you have to be about all of it, or you can't just pick and choose. And this is something that's happening. This happened then, and it wasn't okay. And it's something that's kind of
Sparking back up.
Yeah. And it's not right. Like I said, we can't. That's what bothers me the most, ladies and gentlemen, is that we're all for doing things for trends like Black Lives Matter and stuff like that. And if you're gonna ride the trend, is it sad? Yes, but I would rather you ride the trend to spread awareness, just so that it's spread. Do your donations and things like that. But Adam, if you want to break it down furthermore.
Yeah, so I mean, long history and story short, Armenia's been around for thousands of years, right? And then fast forward to 1915, Turkey killed and deported over 1.5 million Armenians, but they also killed some Kurds, they killed Greeks, they killed Assyrians. Massive genocide all over the place. And actually, that was the term genocide was created to describe what happened to the Armenians. Mm-hmm. So fast forward to today, there's a section along the east border of Armenia. It's called Artsakh. Artsakh is currently in what is modern day Azerbaijan, because of the way that they redrew lines after World War I, and once the Soviet Union collapsed, they basically redrew lines. This section of land was at the time 85% Armenian, right? So all these people who used to live in this country were just cut out of it, So all these people were still here. They're like, wait a minute, we belong to that country. Why are we here? We don't want that. We want to be independent, or we want to be with Armenia. We are Armenian people. Why are we going to be in a different country? That's like if they gave half of Michigan to Canada. Half of Michigan would be like, bro, we're not doing that. Also, shout out Canada.
Lovely breaking it down. I'm going to check if that's recording. Keep going.
But basically, is it good? All right, cool. Basically, what's happening now is there was a war in 1991 where Artsakh, that section of Armenians I was telling you about, fought for their independence, and they won. There was a ceasefire treaty signed, and as of late, Azerbaijan's been kind of screwing with them, like, firing shots here and there.
Terrible time to do that, but I mean, it's terrible time anytime.
Oh, of
but
course,
it just doesn't make any sense. That
global
this is
pandemic on top of it all, but out of nowhere, about a week ago, they started seriously bombing the capital, which is called Stepanakert. So since then, myself being half Armenian, it's I'm half Armenian, half Colombian. So if this happened to my Colombian side, I'd be fighting just as hard. But myself and all of my people, and I know Colombian people will be doing the same thing too, right?
Of course, like, passionate people.
Yeah.
Yep.
So basically, we've been trying to fight because there's no coverage, like you said. They don't teach this in schools. Mm-hmm. Like, this is not a sexy topic to talk about.
No.
We're fighting to get people to spread the word and get recognition, and mostly that's it. We just really want people who aren't Armenian, who don't know our story, to hear about this, to talk about it, to spread it. And that's something I've been fighting for my whole life. And, I know your girlfriend has, I know Caro has.
Yep.
This is something that we carry with ourselves. Like, I've been going to protests every single year. April 24th, which marks the genocide memorial. I've been going to protests every year for my whole life, you know? It's just a part of who I am. And now this is happening up again. It's just something else we got to fight for. And it gets tiring when you just hear your own voice over and over and over again.
Absolutely.
We're looking for people like you who just go out and educate themselves, There's a million different issues in the world, but, like, if you're picking and choosing, I'm going to do this one because it's sexy right now online.
Yeah.
You're not solving anything.
I don't fuck with that, man. I don't, the fact this has been happening, this restarted a month ago, maybe even longer.
It was like
that.
A little bit like,
and
shots fired.
Were
and then
so consumed with, not to say that you should consume yourself, but consume yourself with everything. Mm-hmm. People are so consumed with all of the things that were happening with Black Lives Matter and the election, and whether or not fucking Trump wore a mask to the White House, and how much of a fucking shit show the debate was. And this is something that should be important, because one of the realest things I read, and I was already thinking this on my daughter, like, this is gonna, if we don't spread awareness and we don't do our part, and if we don't all do our part to try to, like, stop this in our own way, this is gonna be another thing that we read about, whether we fucking read about it in a history book, whenever they decide to teach about it, or we find out about it ourselves. It's gonna be another thing like the Tulsa massacre, or like the they also call it Black Wall Street, like even the Holocaust, where we're literally gonna ask ourselves, how did we let this happen? Because of shit like this. And it's sad that we have something as powerful as social media, but we pick and choose when we use it, ladies and gentlemen. I don't think that that's right in the slightest. If you're gonna be a humanitarian about everything or nothing at all. Don't pick and choose. And there's many ways that you can spread awareness. You don't. Me personally, I'm gonna try to go. I hit you up earlier, and my girl's trying to get half her day off, but I'm gonna try to go to on Friday to
Friday on the back side of the State House, which faces Providence Place Mall. If you're in the Rhode Island area, we're doing a protest there. We're saying stop Azeri aggression. And history repeats itself, right? Mm-hmm. So 1915 was a genocide, and now we're seeing it all over again. So the Turks are to the west. They genocided us from that side. Azeris are now to our east, and they're both like brothers, basically. So they're coming at us from both ends. Turkey's giving Azerbaijan everything they want. The only thing that is stopping them from being one united nation is my country. A country of 3 million people. Combined, they're over 90 million people. Mm-hmm. So history repeats itself. If we don't teach these things, and like you mentioned the Holocaust, did you know that Hitler was quoted as saying, in his speech to rile up the Nazis, he literally said, after all, who today still speaks of the annihilation of the Armenians? So he took the Armenian genocide and orchestrated the Holocaust. You know, who's going to be the next Hitler? Right now, I mean, we're seeing it in Azerbaijan and in Turkey. They're trying to wipe our people away, and it's not being spoke about. So I appreciate you giving us this opportunity.
Of course, bro. Absolutely.
There's many ways.
Literally, like, and it doesn't matter. Every single culture has great people and shitty people. But some of literally the great, I've told you before, so he knows that I'm not blowing smoke. I've told Kato, I've told my girl, I don't have to tell my girl. Sometimes I could tell my girl, you fucking smell for whatever. Mm-hmm. Some of the greatest, like truly nicest people I've ever met, Armenians. My boss has given me opportunity after opportunity. Adam Bags. I could literally I can go on and I can go off. It doesn't matter though. Like I said, what it comes down to is, if you're gonna, ladies and gentlemen, I know a lot of my listeners. I'm in touch with a lot of my listeners who use their voices for Black Lives Matter and use their voices for other things that have happened around the world. And use your voice for this. Do the research. If you don't want to dive into it right away, fine. But do the research. Educate yourself, and stand up for what's right. You do it for everything else. If you're not gonna go to an event like that, donate. Look into places to donate. Adam could speak on different ways you can donate too. I mean,
so let me just say this.
There's going to be links in my bio after this podcast is up.
If you want to do the absolute minimum, just ask Siri, what's going on in Armenia? Mm-hmm. Google it. Like, it's that simple. Just educate yourself, educate somebody else. If you see something posted about it, repost it. There's Instagram handles like AYF East, the Armenian National Committee,
which is I'll vouch for AYF East because that was a huge way that I got a lot of my education. A lot of people probably think I find out. No, I look into it myself, aside from hearing shit from people.
Definitely.
So
donating, you can check out the Armenia Fund. You can check out the With Our Soldiers campaign. And myself, I'm actually an alumni of AYF, which is the Armenian Youth Federation. This is something I was a part of from 11 to 26, which connect Armenians all over the country together. A couple alumni of the AYF, we all got together. We all pooled our cash, and we said we're going to match donations. We started that this morning, and we're already on pace to donate over $10,000.
Amazing.
So you can send it directly to my Venmo, and we're going to send that into the group pool, and we're going through Bank of America, I believe, to match that corporately. So whatever we raise is going to be doubled. So my Venmo is at Adam Aktch, AdamAktch.
I will put a link up and make sure you guys do that, man. Educate if you're sketchy about it, that's fine. It's natural for you to be. Educate yourself. I guarantee you that this is not anything that's like fabricated. There's no side to it. There's only the right side.
It's facts. Facts. And the other side's spending a lot of money against propaganda against us, and a lot of it's just hate talk, it's just like they don't have a point, so they're just gonna be like, yo, we killed you, we'll kill you again. Like, that's bro, you're not solving anything, you're not making your case any better. So but like I said, I mean, I appreciate you taking the time out of the hilarity that's about to ensue, but this is big. This means a lot to me. I know it means a lot to the people around you. So, and to be honest, we appreciate every donation. Every bullet costs money. We're moving people out of villages into the capital city in Yerevan. Every pillow, every piece of bread, that all costs money for the troops. So we appreciate every donation. But above all, right now, there's no media coverage. Just share whatever you find.
Exactly.
Share whatever you find, and just educate yourself, educate somebody else, and then hopefully they educate somebody else, and
exactly. Social media is powerful, bro. Don't fucking use it on whether or not this fat motherfucker is wearing his mask in the White House or whether or not Taco Bell has potatoes. I'm fucking done hearing that.
Bring back the potatoes, though.
Yeah, facts.
Hey, to our soldiers, man, I appreciate you doing this. I know all the Armenians all over do. Cheers.
Let's get this shit popping.
My name is Jimmy.
Where's the crack?
Oh my God, that shot! How'd it go down for you, bro?
Not good.
Not good.
Not good. No.
What's your go-to vodka?
I'll tell you everything I drink.
Okay.
Beer, all kinds of beer.
This is gonna be a Stone Cold promo. We gotta get into wrestling.
We should just that should have been the intro. Just, if this never happened, if Armenian people were never hurt, we would have been smashing beers together, sitting down. Exactly. And that's it. But beer, any kind of beer. I think that's more because of just the job field I chose for myself. I like Scotch. Just Scotch on the rocks.
I've never had Scotch. That's the one drink I think I've never had Scotch.
A lot of nice Scotches. I'm also getting into like really nice Irish whiskeys straight.
Okay.
Scotch I like on the rocks. It's a little bit more smoky. Nice Irish whiskeys. Special occasions I want to spend a little money. I'll just straight. And then kettle and tonic. That's it. Like I don't like tequila.
I love tequila.
No, I know. I've seen you rip tequila shots. Mezcal I like. Mezcal.
Oh yes, that's like the smoky shit. Yeah. I barely have it. I want it more though.
Yeah. That one, I'll give that a shot. But like, you give me like Blanco, like no way,
bro.
No way.
Yo, I'm blown away by the fact that you're half Colombian. I always thought like he looks.
No.
I've seen some Armenian people, and I'm like they could look Spanish. So I didn't think anything of it really, but I was like, yo, he has to be. That's crazy.
You tell them what I told you to use as my name.
It was obviously we went with Mr. Hip Hop's.
We went with Mr.
Oh,
Hip Hop.
Exotic. That's where the fuck that
Adam
came
Exotic,
from.
bro. Adam Exotic.
Air horns for
bro,
that.
that's what the ladies say. I tell them I'm half Armenian, half Colombian. They're like, oh. And I'm like, yeah, bro, I'm exotic. What's up, baby?
Oh, my God. That's amazing, bro.
Yeah. I just made that up on the spot, though. I never had a nickname.
He said, I'm exotic.
You wanted me to top Fatty Mayonnaise. There was no chance. I was like, that's the best nickname anybody's ever had I've ever heard. God. Shout out to that dude. That dude is man interesting.
Facts. What? So I'm gonna set it off like this before I even ask the basic question of what do you do. Tell me about the cold brew story before I forget.
Yo, so
I the last podcast he listened to, I was drinking a cold brew and you said something to me and you said you had a cold brew story for me.
The more I listen to your podcast, the more I realize I have significantly more things to talk to you about.
Okay.
As far as like,
well, we can fucking talk.
I think we're like,
there's no limit here.
Soul brothers, bro.
Nice.
Every bodily function every bodily issue you have, I have.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like
I saw the digestive issues.
Bro, that's like how I put it. I was like, yo, we're gonna vibe. We are gonna vibe on this. Also, you don't have a squatty potty in your bathroom. I noticed that, and I think shout out Squatty Potty. You might be the next sponsor of this. No free ads, but yo, you need a squatty potty. I need to look
this up right now.
You need a squatty potty. Your whole life is. I've been giving friends squatty potties. That's like the gift I go to, and I know I'm like plugging it. I'm sorry about that, but
anybody listening, my birthday is this month, so
yo, I got you on a squatty potty.
Wait a minute, dude. Got you on a squatty potty. Why do they look so fucking stylish right now? Are you kidding me?
No, that's new stuff, bro. Just go with the classic plastic. That's it. That's it. Change your life.
Yo, this is amazing.
Yeah, it'll change your life.
Oh my God, so it's the proper way to sit on a fucking toilet. Basically.
It's just according to like evolution. Yes.
Okay.
Yes. It'll change your life.
What does this do to your ass cheeks? And you know how this podcast goes.
Yo, so I don't know. I don't know if it does anything to my ass. I got hemorrhoids too, bro. That's what I'm talking about. We're in the that's what I mean. Shout out Hemorrhoid Squad. I got a hemorrhoid group chat.
Get the fuck out of here.
I'll put you in on it.
I need in on that. Yeah. That's amazing. What the fuck? If we ever have a podcast together, it's literally gonna be Hemorrhoid One.
Hembros.
Hembros. Wow. Let's go.
Dean Hembrose. Yeah, all right. Let me tell you the
cold brew story.
The cold brew story. Great. So also shout out Dunkin' Donuts. Dunkin' Donuts.
I have to we're brothers for sure, but I have to disagree with you on that. But go ahead. That's fine.
Yeah, whatever, bro. As long as you get, I get the pumpkin too. See, I know you're basic. I'm basic too. We're drinking pumpkin.
Also,
beers.
shout out to him. This is my first 2 Rhodes pumpkin, and this is amazing. Rosemary's Baby. Yeah. Rosemary's Baby.
Yeah, that's we'll get to that. We'll get to the beers. Let me just tell you. One time I was in I had a cold brew coffee one time, right? And it was nitro cold brew. And I like from a random place in Somerville, like a nice like cafe or whatever. I just wanted a coffee, right? And I saw nitro. This is the first time I got nitro. And I like Guinness. Guinness uses nitro. It's got that like consistency, that creamy consistency, right? So I go and I get that, and then like my stomach feels fucked up after that. And I was like, damn, like, I don't know, maybe I don't like nitro. I stopped getting nitro. The problem was the cold brew. So I'm in the Dunkin' Donuts drive-thru one day. I'm leaving work, and I'm like, let me just get a iced coffee. I usually get my dark roast, right? So I pull up to the drive-thru, and it says like this big ass sign. It says new cold brew, and I'm like, okay. But I'm reading that as a lady like pops up on the microphone, and she's like, what can I get you? And I say, let me get a medium iced cold brew instead of a dark roast. And that's A+ marketing, because like I just saw the sign and I said it without even thinking, you know? I didn't even order my regular thing. Didn't notice. Now I was just moving that week into a new apartment in Boston. And I went to like IKEA. Some furniture store was like IKEA, right?
I love IKEA.
So yeah, everybody says that. I think it was actually Jordan's furniture.
IKEA itself gives me anxiety, like going in. But
so here's the thing. I had my first anxiety/panic attack of my life inside of IKEA.
After the cold brew.
Yeah. So I walk in, I'm talking to the guy, whatever. He's taking me around. Now we're in this fucking labyrinth of like living rooms and kitchens and shit.
How old are you, by the way?
It was like 2 years ago.
So how old are you then?
26, 27.
Tony Soprano, bro. You ever watch The
No,
Sopranos?
I didn't. No. You mentioned it earlier, and I was like,
oh, yeah, that's right. You
I
have a panic attack. Your first panic attack later in your life. Like, not late, but a little later.
But this had to be the cold brew, bro.
Yeah.
Because I was fine.
Yeah.
I was fine. I was chilling, then I'm walking
Were
through.
Were you stressed out, though? That's my question.
Going into it?
Like, at any moment, so between you so you're walking me through it, you're talking to the guy at the furniture store.
No, I wasn't stressed out. No, I wasn't
Not
stressed
about
out.
anything at all at one time.
No. Honestly, we're walking through, and it's the middle of winter. It's literally like February.
Okay.
And like I take like my jacket off. I'm walking with my jacket. I got like a pullover sweatshirt. I take that off. I got like a button up. I would take the button up off. Bro, I'm like stripping down like in this thing. And then this dude just keeps talking. At this point, I'm like, I don't give a fuck anymore about this. And I'm like, I gotta go, bro. I'm like, yo, thank you. I appreciate your time, whatever. Now I gotta get out of this place. And we're like at the dead center. So I gotta like keep going like this all the way.
And if it's IKEA, that panic attack is heightened.
Yo,
IKEA itself is stressful.
It was bad, bro. It was bad. It was my first time ever in there.
Yeah.
And so I get to the front. I see the lady, and I'm like, yo, let me get like a bag of Skittles. Let me get like fucking cookies. Let me get soda. Let me get a water. I ordered like 6 different things, and I was like, I feel like I gotta eat something.
Yeah.
I got this cold sweat. I'm freaking out. My stomach feels like I'm gonna puke. I'm like, I'm gonna pass out. I never felt this in my life. And then I had to drive like an hour and a half to my grandma's house. Like walking to my grandma's house, I like kicked the door down. I'm like, I'm going to bed, and I just like pass out on my grandma's bed. Like I was just like, I had no.
I don't mean to laugh. I laugh at my own panic attacks.
That happens. That's called later on, somebody told me it's called caffeine overdose.
Yeah.
Caffeine overdose.
Yep.
And I guess it's because of the cold brew. It's like significantly higher caffeine. But like I can drink like 6 regular ass coffees and like go right to sleep. You know, I was just like hyperventilating, man. I don't fuck with cold brew. Long story short,
it's so funny because I think you might have heard me say it on the last podcast. So like, you already know I'm from listening. I'm like the biggest. Also, side note, shout out to Two Roads.
Yeah.
We'll talk about what everything Adam does in a minute. But I'm like very, very open about having fucking like crazy anxiety since I was like 14. I've had anxiety attacks triggered by caffeine, which sucks. It doesn't even necessarily have to be what was called a so the recommended amount of caffeine is usually 400 milligrams per day. I wouldn't even do that for healthy adults. Okay. Overdose may occur.
But there's caffeine in mad shit.
There is.
Yeah.
People don't even know that caffeine is in chocolate.
Yeah.
And I mean, people love fucking chocolate. But yeah, bro. I've had panic attacks over definitely triggered by caffeine. I did hear cold brew, the way it releases the caffeine is better. And for me anyway, everybody's different, but for me anyway, like I've had cold brew and definitely had bad panic attacks, but I've also had cold brew and just had like a natural like, okay, I'm good. And I think half of what triggers my panic attacks for me from caffeine, and a lot of people don't know this. If you don't know, now you know. The regular coffee, I guess, not cold brew, not nitro cold brew, but that's separated from regular coffee because I guess the way cold brew and nitro cold brew is brewed, it's not as acidic or even not acidic at all compared to regular coffee. The acid and the caffeine in coffee just fucks me up. I don't know if you get like that. I mean, you said you had your first panic attack.
I got my fair amount of fucking acid attacks too, bro. Heartburn, out
all right, so
shit.
I don't.
But no, coffee. I don't think coffee bothers me.
Nah, for me it does. My girl actually told me that she was surprised. Caffeine, yeah, and the what I was gonna say was anything acidic, like sometimes I don't even fucking have. I had a bad habit of getting. This is how I am sitting at breakfast. I'm such a breakfast person that with my breakfast I have to have orange juice, coffee, like literally together.
Yeah, all right, I like that.
And that's the fucking worst thing because I'll have a panic attack because of how acidic heartburn, bro, and heartburn, acid reflux. It triggers panic attacks for me.
I did not know that.
And it triggers it for people. It does trigger it for people. Like people,
I didn't know that.
I read something about your stomach is because it's like it's at your core.
Mm-hmm.
It can what's happening in your stomach basically can trigger a panic attack, which is fucking insane.
You drink IPAs though. You're drinking an IPA.
I'm drinking an IPA right now.
Does that bother you?
Cloudy Source. Sometimes when I'm so
I can have 2 IPAs and I'll have heartburn for the rest of the
obviously you know
for
I'm
2 days.
Hit me up whenever. I tell my listeners all the time. Hit me up whenever. I'm a big like mental health. I think I'm a guru. I struggle all the time. You don't have to be a guru and not struggle. I think I'm a guru and I struggle. When you're drunk, because of the fact that it's kind of like
downer.
It's a downer, for lack of a better word.
Downer, yeah.
For lack of a better word. Aside from like when
know.
you drink tequila and you want to fight or fuck, you're pretty much it's a downer. So I'm probably gonna have like 2 of these before my flight in a couple weeks, but this is good. This is Cloudy Source, Hazy Juicy
Cloud
IPA.
Source. It's a
Cloud Source.
It's like a New England style IPA, but we do it's at 6.5% alcohol. Usually you see that
This doesn't even taste like 6.5.
no, but it's lighter than, for example, this one is Too Juicy.
like it tastes like it doesn't sit.
Too Juicy is 8.2%. So that's more of like a sessionable, approachable style of a New England IPA rather than this one, or this one, a double IPA is 8%. We wanted to make that more soft mouthfeel, like that's why we call it Cloud Source. You know what? I'll catch up to you. I drink slow. I learned that.
Not me, bro. This is why I fucking get as crazy as I do on this podcast.
So it's
welcome.
It's a lot more approachable, like I said. I mean, lower alcohol. It's much softer. It's not as harsh, you know. So you drink other beers, they got more of like the hop bite, hop extract.
This is one of the smoothest IPAs I've had, honestly. Not even just saying that. But I don't know about you, but maybe you'll notice it later on or whatever. But so I did read that whatever happened, because it's at your core, whatever happens in your stomach can trigger panic attacks. And I definitely noticed that because whenever I have heartburn or anything, because I feel it in my chest or whatever, I'm like, oh, I'm having a panic attack.
Yeah.
So I've had cold brew, and I talked to her about it the other day. Like, I was asking you if you're stressed out. If you're stressed or you have something stressing you in that moment, you could have no idea. Your mind works in crazy ways, and you have caffeine in your system, boom, panic attack. And it's crazy that I'm sure I'm not the only one, but I thought I was one of the only ones who I have to like either drink or eat shit when I'm having a panic attack.
Yeah.
And that
it feels that way.
What you mentioned,
it felt that way.
It's crazy.
It felt that way.
Well, you have to have one of the things that calms you down, and it's crazy because you probably had no idea you were doing it. You were doing it almost subconsciously. You have to like channel your five senses or at least one of them when you're having a panic attack. It actually calms you down.
Interesting.
So they tell you, like, I think one of the ways you calm down from a panic attack, I know it's one of the ways.
Dubstep. Close your eyes and listen to dubstep.
That's a fucking terrible idea.
Yo, what do you mean? You're channeling your ears, your sense of hearing.
So I don't know. Pick 5 things you could see, 4 things you can touch, 3 things you can smell, 2 things you can. I think it's taste, and then 1 thing you could touch or whatever. And it's like it works. I've actually like calmed down. I remember this panic attack I had in a parking lot on Bald Hill Road. Bald Hill Road is stressful itself.
Yeah, I hate Bald Hill Road, bro. Oh my God. You want to turn left, you want to turn right.
So
it
bad.
Sucks.
It's bad. And especially because there's always some shit going on over there now. But I remember having a panic attack over there, and I popped the Klonopin. That shit takes like a couple minutes to kick in. It's one of those like downers that if you're having the craziest panic attack, it's like, all right, boom. That takes a little bit to kick in. I did this little thing that I just mentioned, and boom, I was fine. So that's literally what you did. You just fucking ordered mad shit, and you were like, I'm going to taste Skittles. I'm going to taste this. I'm going to taste that.
That did not help.
Oh, it didn't?
Nah, bro. I drove
but you
like
went to
an
bed,
hour and
though.
a half like a crackhead. Like, just like.
But that's fine. You did the drive.
No. I got to the bed, and I laid in the bed, and I sat up in the bed for like 2 hours. Just like, yo.
You did the drive, though. That's what the fuck counts.
I did the drive.
Because if I'm in a bad enough panic attack, bro, I can't do the drive.
Yo, I want to say one thing. I don't want to go like I'm here for a good time.
Yeah,
we're gonna have a good time.
Yeah. But panic attacks are funny as fuck, though. That's the only reason why.
See, I'm trying to get serious, and you say panic attacks are fun. No, listen. Mental health, right? You said like you're not like a mental health. You consider yourself a mental health guru, but like you don't need to be, bro. I think people straight up like. It's still taboo. Yeah. People don't like realize like every single person on earth has mental health issues.
100%.
I mean, if you don't have mental health issues, there's something wrong with you.
There is actually something wrong with you. Exactly.
Like, and you gotta be aware of that, bro. You really gotta be aware of that. Like, and I'm like, I'm dealing with something personally within like my own family. You know, it's nothing bad, but like it's just like. It's crazy seeing like the difference in generations and seeing how like serious our generation takes things like that and how like, you know, it was just completely ignored by our parents' generation, by our grandparents' generation. Like,
not everyone takes it seriously.
Like when you're going through something and you see it as like a generational gap, it's crazy. Like
it is nuts.
It's like I hope, you know, and it's such a big topic now, like mental health, whatever. But I hope moving forward that like this is something that, you know, our generation is not going to forget. Yeah. You know, our generation is going to be like, yo, you got to teach your kids, like, take care of your mental, bro. Like, take care of your mental. Take a step back every once in a while and realize what's going on.
I 100%. I 100% think that if we're not annihilated by climate change or bad leaders, or
I kind of hope so, bro.
Yeah, same.
It's bad, but like
it's really fucking bad.
I love you.
If we're not annihilated by that, I think we could seriously, not to sound corny and woke or whatever, I think we could seriously tap into some serious shit with our mentals if we're all on page about this. Because I talked about it on previous podcasts, bro. I went through shit in May. I was open about it on this podcast. I had my attempt. I had to fucking go through therapy, and I had family members. Armenians could relate to this. I know through my girl. Dominicans, like Italians, bro. There's a show about it. Sopranos is really good. I recommend it because it touches on this.
It's something that's been on my back.
I don't know if people mention that part of Sopranos to you though. A lot of people don't know about that going to Sopranos. That there's a big. That show was ahead of its time in terms of the fact that they touched on mental health. Tony Soprano had panic attacks while in the mob, and you had the fact that he was stressing these older Italian guys, older generational, like people who came from another country, kind of, you know, immigrant, older like immigrant
They'd call him
parents
a bitch.
or whatever.
If they found out, they'd call him a bitch.
And
right?
I went through that in May,
Yeah.
bro. I went through that in May, and it's whatever. Like, I understand that. I don't hate them for it, just like I'm sure you don't hate your family for it, just like my girl doesn't hate her family
but it's
for
crazy
it. But
when
it's
you gotta like teach somebody older that like
Exactly.
somebody I looked up to my whole life. It's like, yo, you can be sad, bro.
And
it's okay to feel sad.
Sometimes you can, but most of the time you cannot teach an old dog new tricks.
That's true. Mm-hmm. I mean, we're kind of going off on something, but like they also touched on like homosexuality, right?
Yes.
In I heard that like there's one of the guys he like goes to like a gay club and and that's something that wasn't talked about then. And again, like immigrant families, bro, like it's like that's not okay with them. But it's like in this world now, bro, like you can do whatever you want, bro. Like if you're attracted to fucking fire hydrants, how is that affecting me?
Exactly. That's what the fuck I don't understand.
I don't care.
I don't give a fuck if somebody,
dude.
You could go fuck a Snickers bar.
If you're a good person,
you can literally drill a hole into a Snickers bar and fuck it, and I'll be like, awesome, bro. And I'll go about my day and cut 12 heads and
12 holes in Snickers bars
and eat my girl's ass and whatever. I don't give a fuck.
I'd fuck a Snickers bar.
I would fuck a Twix bar.
Now we're gonna get into that. Which candy bar would you fuck?
I would fuck a Twix
The
bar.
only answer, honestly, the only answer to this question is a Three Musketeers.
Wow.
Yeah, that's the only
Adam,
answer.
you are so good. That is the most, honestly.
I've never thought about this in my life.
I
That
think
was
about
not
how
rehearsed.
soft and, yeah.
I might go buy Three Musketeers after this.
Let's fucking go. This is probably going to be one of my best ones, honestly.
We went from mental health and
to what's
generational issues to
This is a coping mechanism, though. Fucking a candy bar.
what is that going to help you with?
With your anxiety. A Three Musketeers bar, definitely. I just thought of, when you said that, I thought of how soft a Three Musketeers bar is.
Imagine getting a
inside.
Three Musketeers bar as like a prescription. Like the doctor's like, I know what this motherfucker needs. Yo, when was the last time you got laid? You got a microwave? All right.
Yeah. Oh my God. I'm serious. It's so bad. This is how you know I'm fucked up. It's so bad that I'm actually thinking about like how soft the Three Musketeer bar is right now.
What is it? What is it? What the fuck's inside of that?
I don't even know what they call it.
No idea.
I don't even
No
want to look.
idea.
I usually Google shit when I'm on the podcast. I don't want to look it
No,
up. I don't want to find
bro.
out.
No, you'll find out
Hell
some
no.
other shit.
Get the fuck
Then
out
we'll
of
get
here.
back into like talking about serious
No.
things.
Get the fuck out of here.
Actually,
Get the fuck out of here.
I had a teacher who made us do something like that in 6th grade. I'll never forget this.
Look up what's in a candy bar. That's just a teacher thing to do.
No. It was in 9th grade. It was a fucking big ass project. Like we had to take like 50 different household items, like edible shit. Look at the ingredients. Take one ingredient on that list, Google it, and list all the facts you find on that. Oh, it was crazy. And then we had to like write a letter to the company being like, yo, you have this fucking thing. Like, for example, margarine. You know margarine?
Yeah.
You don't really hear margarine anymore, but like the alternative to butter. That's straight up one molecule off like the I don't know. I dropped out of science classes. It's one molecule off of its formula from plastic. Dead ass. And like, there was people who wrote letters. There was people who wrote letters. I had cancer too. We can go into that. If you don't think, bro? You get me talking about cancer, we're gonna go off, and it's gonna be the funniest content you've ever had in your fucking life.
God, he said it's gonna be the funniest fucking content.
All right,
I'm gonna get you into comedy.
People wrote letters to these companies, like General Mills, for example. They were like, "Yo, like in this fucking, I don't know what General Mills sells, Lucky Charms. Sorry, Lucky Charms.
Nah, fact.
They're like, yo, you have this chemical inside of your cereal, and it is known to cause blah 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 blah." Bro, these kids in my class were getting like lifetime supply of fucking cereal after that. Like a letter saying like, yo, sorry, we took your letter into consideration. We're going to try to work on it. Here's a fucking lifetime supply of cereal.
Dude, my daughter fucking loves Lucky Charms.
Yeah, start writing
and you know
letters.
what is so fucked up?
Letters.
Me knowing that there's something in Lucky Charms that might cause cancer, I'll just give it to her.
Yeah, bro. We all have it.
Yeah.
We all have it.
That's
all
my
have
thing.
it.
I'm not trying to be
It's
insensitive
waiting, bro.
about it, bro. Like,
It's waiting.
cancer is fucking everywhere.
I can fucking be. You want me to be insensitive about it? I will. I had it, bro. I went through chemo.
What kind of cancer
Everything.
did you have?
What
You
kind
don't
of
mind me
cancer I
asking.
had? I had the funniest kind of cancer.
Tell me.
Testicular.
What?
Yeah.
So how do they say you get, what's causes to that? Like,
How did I get testicular
Yeah.
cancer? My brother nut tapped me and it hurt for fucking 3 months.
no.
It hurt for 3 months. And by
You can get cancer from nut taps.
No.
Okay.
It might have, honestly, he's gonna fucking hate me for saying this, but I think it might have like woke it up.
Okay.
But you can't get cancer from a nut tap.
Okay.
But he fucking hit me in the balls. I remember I was watching fucking Providence College play in the NCAA tournament like 5 years ago. Yeah, 5 years ago. And then I was like, fuck, man, my nut hurts, bro. Like, it's been like 3 days. That shit still hurts. I went to a doctor, and he's like, you're good. Like, it's probably bruised. He's like, it'll go away, whatever. And it got worse and worse and worse and worse. And honestly, like, I'm a huge advocate of, like, yo, check your nuts. Like, check your fucking nuts. Bro, like, honestly, like, because
I think I was the only kid in class. I don't know about you, but in high school in New York, we got these packets from our school nurses. It wasn't from our doctors, which was weird. It was from our woke school nurses that was like, check your balls after the shower. After a hot shower, check your balls.
No, I never heard about that in my life.
I'm a hypochondriac. I took that shit seriously. They told me to do it once a month. I did it once per day. I did it.
Yeah, I mean, you should. Like, not every time you shower, but I mean, like, straight up, like, it's worth it. So, and what they say to look for, like, a lot of people, they're like, fuck, like, I felt this. Like, they hear me talk, and then they'll text me, like, 2 days later, like, yo, I feel this shit. I'm like, bro, you probably have cancer in you somewhere. It's going to come up one day.
Yeah.
But you don't have ball cancer. Like, just because we talked about this. They said, and this is going to be the most educational shit, like, on your podcast. If you feel something hard, right, like a marble.
Yeah.
It's hard. It's like fucking,
this.
honestly,
Dude,
like,
that would fucking, oh my God.
That's when you know. And, like, my shit, like, I kind of let it go for a while, bro. I'm really bad about going to the doctor. And I was like, it got to the point where, like, if I fucking move my leg, I was like, oh my God. But my shit was like coated. Like, if this was it, right?
The shot. Oh my God.
If this was the thing, like, I had like a fucking, my nut was like candy coated, bro. Yeah.
My nut's like twisting right now hearing this shit.
That's
crazy.
well, I mean, that's a problem too. That's just
a
more of an
hernia.
inconvenient problem.
Yeah, exactly.
That sucks. That sucks. Yeah.
So you had surgery? Like, what happened? If you don't mind me getting
No,
into
I got
detail.
one ball.
You got one ball.
I got one ball.
My boy's a G for something. Holy fuck.
Bro, the good Lord looked down on me and he's like, this man is too much of a man. I got to take the other one. He had to level out the playing field with everybody
Before
else.
the Lord took what nut was
My
it?
right nut.
So I don't know how true this is, but your left nut is the one that makes the babies, right?
I think they both compete and like whoever wins, wins, and you never know what the fuck. Yeah, there's no. But like,
I mean, worst case, you know what the worst case scenario is? You don't have to pull out as much as the next guy.
No, I don't have to pull out. I got blood tests telling me that like shit's not gonna happen yet.
Fuck it. And if it happens, it's destiny.
If it happens, bro, it's a miracle child. That kid's gonna be fucking the real president of the United States.
It's fucking destiny.
Yeah. That
You know
kid's
what's
gonna
bullshit?
do wonderful things.
That
trust
I'm
me.
dealing with a teenager. You saw the parody, bro.
Yeah.
That it's not exaggerated. I have to fucking worry about pulling out. You don't have to worry about pulling out. That's amazing. That's a blessing.
I mean, there's a funny part. I mean, it's really not that funny. It just kind of fucking sucks. But there's a funny aspect to it. I have never. Oh my God! I hope my mom never finds this. I have never jerked off to a magazine. Actually, you know, when I was a kid, like I was jerking off to like Victoria's Secret shit that came in the mail and stuff.
Okay, that's a magazine.
No. But now I jerk off to like Hustler magazine at the doctor's office. Because I gotta go like get checked like every 6 months, whatever. They want to like see like the, you know, how hard my nut is working, right? And there's literally a stack. They take you to this special room where probably thousands of dudes have jerked off, and I know in my house there's like minimum 2 dudes who jerked off in my fucking pants, fucking bathroom, you know?
More than that, probably.
Well, I mean, yeah, like I've had people sleep over, you know, like I've jerked
Just
off.
get bored, like
I've jerked off at the homies' houses sometimes.
Oh, 100%.
But there's a stack of literally like Hustler magazines, and I'm like literally like it's funny. It's funny. Like I'm like in the fucking doctor's office.
That
jerking
is
off.
so good.
It's a, like you really start to look at things different when you're jerking off in the doctor's office.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I've jerked off in some weird places. The doctor's office, I don't think I've done it in, but you have to. You have to in your case.
They have DVDs too. They got like it's like a Hustler.
Yo,
like,
this is
sample.
amazing. This is
Yeah.
like the best doctor's office to be at. I jerk off at work. Like I've jerked off in some fucking weird places. I've jerked off in some fucking weird places. I don't think there's one, like this is sick, by the way. I don't think there's one job I haven't jerked off at. Have you jerked off at a job?
Yes.
Okay.
I'm trying to see if there was a job that I hadn't.
I have not had one job that I have not jerked off at. And I don't think there's nothing people can do about
Bro,
it.
I used to jerk off just because I was trying to get more time added to my overtime. Like I would
Yo,
come
that's
back.
what the fuck.
It's like, what else am I gonna do, bro? It's like, pay me, bro. I'm not gonna pay enough for this, so I'm gonna sit
That's
here
what
and
the
jerk
fuck I'm
off for, like,
talking about.
You know, make your money, bro.
That's literally the Caucasian boss who comes up to you and is like, "What are you doing, jerking off?" And you're like, "Yeah, that's what I'm doing."
Pay me more, and I'll
exactly
stop. Maybe. Oh, this is fun.
What's more? What's better than literally jerking off and getting paid for it? Honestly, they can't do anything legally about it either, unless you're like on their Wi-Fi. Which I think, like, you know what's mad funny, bro? I did it. I did it until I got hip to it. I think the first job, which was my first real job, that I had, which AKA like more than like a month or two or whatever, because my first jobs were like summer camps and shit like that. My first real job,
I mean,
like
everybody jerks off at summer camp.
yeah. So boom. My first real job though, like I did it on the Wi-Fi, and then I grew up a little bit, and I was like, don't do it on the Wi-Fi. That's how you get bagged up. And then they can legally they can fire.
Yeah.
But you don't do it on the Wi-Fi. What the fuck? No one's gonna know. You're in the bathroom for a
Shout
little
out
bit.
Verizon, LTE.
Yo. Oh my God. All right, bro. You're too, like, tell us every single thing you do.
So
dive us into your passion. We're gonna get this out of the way.
when I was in college, I had the opportunity to work for a beer distributor, and the job I took, the description said beer merchandiser. I was like, I don't know what the fuck a merchandiser is, but I know what beer is. And I was like, that sounds dope. And I was 21 years old, and I took that job, and it was fucking sick, but it also sucked ass. So I was the bitch.
This wasn't with Two Roads yet.
No.
Okay.
This was for a distributor up in Boston.
Okay.
So I did all the like grunt work for if people fucked up, I was the guy who had to go fix it. You know, they're like, fuck, I forgot to send an order for 2 kegs. Adam, can you go grab these 2 kegs and drop it? Like, I'm like fucking not strong. You know, like I was just like, and now I'm carrying 2 kegs down like 3 flights of stairs, you know? So that shit sucked. That fucked my back up. But on the bright side, I was 21 years old living in Boston, and I knew every single bar manager in the city. So I didn't wait in a fucking line for my entire senior year of college, which was dope. And they kind of hooked me up. You know, I after I graduated, they kind of like hit me up, and they're like, come back. Like, we want you back. You killed it. Like, you know, we want you to be a part of the team. And I worked my way up. I got cancer, and I even got promoted while I had cancer. Shout out that fucking company.
Hell
yeah, bro. I fucking killed it. So then, you know, and I just kept doing it.
You were like, I don't have to pull out. Let's go.
Once you have that power,
Yes.
you don't actually. You know what? Going back to cancer a little bit.
Go back to cancer.
Yeah. Mad hand jobs.
From you being like, I got cancer.
I mean, my chemo like could have killed a motherfucker, bro. My chemo, yeah. My chemo cum could have killed the motherfucker.
Really?
Yeah.
Why?
Shit's radioactive. If I was like,
So like, if you nutted in a bitch's eye, she could have became like Spider-Man or some shit.
yeah.
That's fucking crazy.
And I had one of my homies. He also had cancer too, like right before me, and he's a sick motherfucker. And I hit him up, and I was like, "Yo, this is like, if anybody gets cancer, remember this story because this is the first thing he said to me. He's like, bro, he's like, I went for the first day, and he's a big dude. He's a big dude. He's like, I went for the first day. He's like, I show up. He's like, I sit down. They hook me up to the chemo. He's like, I look to my left. There's an old lady. I look to my right. There's like a young child. And he goes, I'm good. I swear to God. And that was the mentality I had. I was like, bro, you're right. Like, I'm 25 years old. I am in fairly decent shape.
Yeah.
You know, like I'm chilling. Like it's like survival of the fittest. Like I'm good. And that was it. And like I forgot where I was or what we were talking about before. I kind of went off on this whole cancer thing, but hand jobs. Yeah. So
is it so? I'm
giving a cancer pep talk.
Yeah.
And connecting it to. Hand jobs.
So immature that I literally am thinking of like I have a comic in my head of a girl. Your dick's not in it. It might be or whatever. A girl giving you a hand job and then you nut in her eye and she becomes a superhero. So because you said it was radioactive.
This kid, he was my like cancer coach, basically. Let's call him that. Worst fucking cancer coach of all time. Somebody smoke weed and do fucking blow, and he's like, "You'll be good. Don't worry about it."
Nice.
I'm like, bro, no. I'm like, I'm not doing that. So anyway,
do you smoke weed? Side note or no?
I used to.
Okay.
A lot, and then I had to quit to get a job.
Oh, okay.
And then when I went back to it, I got bad anxiety, bro.
Right.
Bad anxiety. I could be with my best friends.
It all depends on what you're going through.
And
it's
I'm
crazy.
like, yo, these motherfuckers are out to get me right now. You know?
Yeah.
And it's like, why the fuck you like? And I stopped. I haven't smoked in years because it just fucks with me mentally. You know, it's like, yo, what's the point?
Yeah.
You know.
It all depends on what's on you mentally.
I know how it makes me feel. So it's like, I'm good. I'll fucking drink all I want. Like I'm chilling. Anyway, that happened to him. He had a girlfriend when he was on chemo, and she was blowing him, and he's a fucking idiot for not saying anything. She's like, yo, I'm violently ill. She's like, I am violently vomiting and like this shit, like this is fucked up. And he's like, oh, you know, like he's like, oh yeah, radioactive cum, bro.
That's fucking crazy.
Yeah. So I mean, they don't tell you that. That's not in the movies. That like you need to get hand jobs all the time.
Oh shit.
Yeah, I like a good hand job. It got me appreciating hand jobs again. If you like hand jobs, get cancer. See, you know what it is? Can I tell one more cancer story?
You know what's funny? Before you tell the other cancer story, I literally will. I think I would enjoy a hand job more than head. I don't know if you heard that far back in the podcast, but I had it was a huge deal on the podcast. My boys were on. My mom was on. We talked about how I don't like head. I mean, even my mom was like, "What? Such a weird podcast." But that's what my podcast is.
Yeah, I mean, then now I don't feel fucking bad for anything I said.
Yeah, no, don't feel bad about anything, bro.
No, dude, I'm letting it fly. I listen to what you do, and I know how it is. Like,
you're a natural, by the way. We might have to.
Thank you. This is my first time podcasting.
Yeah, we might.
And
have
we'll get
to
into what I do after this. I mean, I know this kind of. I don't know how long we got.
Dude, I'm not even gonna tell you the time because mentally it's not that. It's literally not that long.
I don't know.
People are gonna listen to this and be like, "What? It's this long?" We're fucking naturals.
All right, fine. My best cancer story. Another fun fact about cancer, bro. The first thing.
Another fun fact about cancer.
The first thing they told me is like, you can't eat vegetables, you can't eat fruit.
What?
I was like, what the fuck? They're like, eat like processed foods and eat because apparently there's natural bacteria in vegetables and fruits. And I was like, what the fuck are you talking about, bro? Like my whole life, it's like, yo, eat healthy, eat vegetables.
What the fuck?
No. So I ate shit,
dude.
bro.
That doesn't make any sense.
Fuck Hollywood cancer.
Hollywood cancer. Okay.
You know, a lot of people are gonna get offended to what the fuck I say because like I
offend people left and right.
No, but I know that there's like cancer is a tough topic and like people get really uncomfortable and that's where this story is.
Okay.
But you know, people get really uncomfortable because they have people who dealt with it and they you know they got really bad and they got really skinny and like they lose the hair. I lost my hair too, but I got fat as fuck.
You have all the hair back though, clearly.
I got all my hair back, yeah. But I mean, I got fat as fuck. And when I first got cancer, I was like, all right, word, I'm about to lose some weight. Like, I was amped. But no, man, I blew the fuck up because they told me, like, I was eating fast food all the time and, like, pasta. And, like, that's it. Like, just a lot of fucked up foods that they don't tell you.
Now, let me ask you a question. There's this whole, there's like a one, which I wanted to dive into conspiracy theories a little bit. Let's see. Hold on. Oh, that's mad smooth.
Yeah.
And this is
8% double IPA.
8%.
Yeah, but we use a lot of malts to balance that out. So my other thing, like, I work for a brewery, Two Roads.
Shout out to Two Roads.
Yeah, Two Roads. Two Roads, they already know I'm a sick fuck, but, you know, let's keep that a little bit on the low for now.
Yeah.
Great beer. And we'll talk about my Instagram page after that, too. But you want to talk about your conspiracy or you want me to finish this story about the cancer thing?
What the fuck was I going to say about... Oh, I was going to ask you a side question. Hold that thought because I do this all the fucking time and it sucks and it's literally just me being all over the place. Were you one of those...
That's my brand, being all over the place.
Yeah. Yeah. Good, though.
My brand is being all over the place.
Were you one of those... My grandmother just beat cancer for the second. It's just a never ending thing for the second time. Were you one of those people who were kind of iffy about what they told you to do while you had cancer, like that whole like don't eat fruits or vegetables thing? Did you believe it? Did you not believe it? Like,
nah, man, I had the best doctor in the world. Okay. Straight up.
So you're a science guy. You believe in science. You're not like. There's a lot of people out there right now. I think it's like a Republican thing where they don't believe. I talked about it on the last podcast where I can't get behind. I'm not subscribed to anything, but I can't get behind Republicans because they don't believe in science. They're very like, don't do vaccines, don't do this, don't do that, don't do what doctors tell you. So you seem like you're a believer in science, would you say, or you're not completely dedicated?
My doctor was incredible.
Okay.
And he made me feel very, very, very... He's like, yo, you got cancer. That sucks. Mm-hmm. You got testicular cancer. You're about to lose a nut. Good. That kind of sucks.
Yeah. He's straight up with you.
The good thing is... And this was confirmed when I called Sway in the morning to talk about my cancer. Shout out Sway.
Yo, let's go.
Hold on. No.
He's like, fuck Sway.
So... my doctor's like, the good thing about testicular cancer is we got this figured out. He's like, it sucks. Your chemo's going to be aggressive as fuck. Mm-hmm. You know, like, I was out of work for like 5 months. I lost all my hair. I gained mad weight. Like, it was cancer sucks, to be honest. Like, it's not fucking fun.
Yeah.
Obviously. But he's like, we got it figured out. He's like, you take this, and this for... this much time for this many times throughout this long of a amount of time, you're gonna be good. So I lucked out. You know, I got like, you know, there's people who have like, you know, breast cancer is like kind of 50-50. Lung cancer is kind of like 50-50. You know, they're getting better. They're always getting better. But I luckily had a type of cancer that they had figured out, and I trusted it. Meanwhile, there's this other motherfucker who is providing me with CBD. And CBD fucking works.
It does.
CBD is incredible.
100%.
Yeah. People are like, oh, CBD is fake. No, CBD works. Like that, like curbed all of my like issues, whatever. But
good old Slater.
But that dude who was giving me CBD, and then he also gave me a THC CBD combo, but that shit fucked me up, bro. Like Like, I was
Yeah?
like, yeah, I mean, it's an edible, you know?
Oh,
It was all edibles because I couldn't smoke.
Yeah, I couldn't do like more than probably 5 milligrams.
Yeah. The chemo specifically weakens your lungs. I get what chemo is. It's poison throughout your whole body. So I knew it was going to happen. They're just shitting on everything inside of me.
Yeah.
And then it's going to like build itself back up. And I get that. And I was like, you know what? If that's what I need to do, that's what I need to do. My other option is just fucking dying. So it's just like, yo, cut the fucking ball out of me.
You might as well just try, yeah.
Poison the fuck out of me, and then I'm going to be good. I'm going to be good.
Chemo's got like a shit ton of side effects. I know that for a fact.
Yeah. It's fucking bad. It's bad, but you know, the shit like CBD, I'm telling you, the CBD really fucking helped.
Yeah,
me.
100%.
But that dude who was giving me the CBD is like, stop doing chemo.
This was a doctor?
No, it was a motherfucker who like makes like edibles.
Okay.
He's like, stop doing chemo. He's like, I have this THC suppository. He's like, you take this twice a month.
Like as in your ass?
Take this THC, shove it up your ass.
Oh no!
And the chemo's and the cancer's gonna go away.
What the fuck is up with
Yo, this dude was like really, really advocate. He's like, you know, you're putting your body through so much. He's like, all you got to do is take this. I'm like, bro, I'm not shoving this fucking weed in my ass.
I was gonna ask if you Dallas Buyers Club did you go with?
That's another one. That's on my list.
Okay.
Yeah. What is he like? Keister something?
He basically like he ends up getting has AIDS and he tries this shit that is not what the doctor tells him to do. So you didn't do that.
That's good.
What? That is great. You didn't do that though. You didn't end
no,
up
hell
doing
no,
what
bro. I was
you
like, bro, are you fucking kidding me? Like, I'm not putting this goddamn weed in my ass and like hoping cancer goes away.
Yeah.
I'm like, bro, I trust this dude, this medical doctor. Like, there's a lot of shit that I think is bullshit in the medical field, but this guy sat me down. He's like, bro, cancer sucks. You got cancer. Fuck it. This is not gonna
He sounds like a straight up
This is not gonna be fun.
Yeah.
And he was the one, he's like, and I was like, Doc, what do I do to like offset like what I'm gonna I know I'm gonna start feeling like this terrible shit. And he like straight up looks at me, he's like, marijuana helps a lot. And I was like, word? He goes, don't fucking smoke it because your lungs are gonna be weak. And he's like, if you do, you're gonna like get pneumonia, you're gonna get sick, you're gonna fucking die. And I was like, all right, word, I'm not gonna smoke it. He's like, go get edibles. Yeah. And I was like, all right, word.
Nice.
Yeah.
I'm actually afraid. I've been venturing because so I smoked for the first time when my parents don't know this because I didn't continue after that. I smoked for the first time when I was 17, I want to say. I smoked for the first time when I was 17, was fine because I didn't smoke it as aggressively as the next time. The next time I smoked it aggressively, had a very bad panic attack, and then my anxiety, dude, I was like traumatized and I didn't smoke again for a while, and then I smoked with my brother and I was fine, and I started I'm older in age and I'm a little more wiser with like the mental stuff in my life, and like I realized that there's a lot of aspects to marijuana that people don't take into account. You gotta mentally, I was just telling Cotto this the other day, like I'll even fuck around and meditate before smoking if it means that I'm not gonna have anything on my mind.
Yeah, man.
Because if you have shit on your mind, you could go through a fucking bad high, and there's nothing worse than a bad high.
You know what? The last time I smoked was probably the night before my boy's wedding, and my car got broken into during his rehearsal dinner in Providence, like on Broadway.
I was gonna ask you where it was.
Yeah, it was on Broadway, and my car got broken into. And I smoked, and I was like, I'm around all my best friends, you know? It's like, this is my first boy to get married. Mm-hmm. We're all fired up. We're all having a great time. And all the boys sleep at his house the night before. We're like, yo, we're just going to get fucked up. We're going to have a good time with the boys for one last time. You know, it wasn't his bachelor party, but it was just like, let's just do this. And wake up in the morning, we're going to go to the fucking church and get married. And I smoked, and like I didn't sleep that whole night. I'm sleeping like on the couch or whatever.
It might have even been a sativa too.
I don't know what it probably was, but like I was like thinking around, I'm like, what if one of these fucking guys did it? And, like, these are my best friends. I'm like, yo, who could have done it? Like it had to be somebody there, but it's a fucking crackhead, bro. fucking crackhead.
Yeah.
You know, like
By the way.
that shit, fucking cars get broken into every single day on that street. You know? What sucks was I bought the car fucking 4 days before. I was pissed. Let me tell you one more cancer story. I'm gonna tell it quick.
That's fine. Go ahead. Dude, we're not limited right now.
We're done with cancer.
We're not. We could go Joe Rogan time right now. It's fine.
Like I said, they lie to you. No, they don't lie to you. They don't tell you about that, like, you know, don't eat fruits, don't eat vegetables. Because of that, I'm in Burger King with my brother. I got mad cancer at this point.
Do they tell you not to eat Burger King?
No, they fucking said, like, I was like, yo, what about like Burger King? They're like, yeah, go ahead, go get Burger King.
What about Burger King? Such
seriously.
a specific question. I love Whoppers. I think that they're like a fast food staple.
Yeah, no.
And the funny thing is, like, aside from Whoppers, I don't recommend Burger King.
Facts.
Wow, bro.
Yeah. No, I mean, I'll fuck with a rodeo burger, but like...
Rodeo burgers are a good, like, side haul.
Yeah. I get a Whopper Jr., I get a rodeo burger, I get fries, and I call it a fucking day.
Yes.
Anyway, I'm a Taco Bell guy, though. Shout out Taco Bell. Sponsor the
Bring
pod.
back the fucking potatoes. Right?
I don't really care that much.
I didn't care that much either.
Yeah, but like,
that's fine.
We need them, bro. Like, this country's going through a fucking bad time. Bring
carbs.
Anyway, we're in Burger King, and this is not a drive-through Burger King, so we got to go inside. It was the one on Atwood. Phoenix and Atwood. Right on the corner, right next to Stop and Shop, right next to College.
Yes, the one that was... Why did that close, by the way,
because it didn't have a drive-through, bro, and it's a pain in the ass to turn left into it.
That was so weird.
Bro, if you got a business and you can't turn left into it or left out of it, you fucking close the door, bro. Like, you're fucked. Anyway, we walk in, we put our orders in, and the girl behind the counter had to be like 16 years old, bro. And she puts it in. She's like, okay. She's like, would you like to donate $1 to the Jimmy Fund? And I'm standing there, and my brother's right next to me, and I go, no, thank you. I've already got it. And I'm like, yo, I'm straight up bald. I got no eyebrows. I was wearing a hat real low, too. You know, like, this is like the cancer look. Like, So I go, no, thank you. I already got it. And my brother's standing right next to me, and I just hear, literally standing right next to me, I hear, oh my God. And the girl is just horrified, bro. Like, her face.
She's like, yes.
I looked at her face. I was like, yo, like, wasn't that funny? Like, hey. And she's like, yo, I see her face, and I'm just like, I'm so sorry. Like, I'm like, yes, I'll donate. Like, I'm like,
dude, you're a fucking riot.
She puts it in, and she just dips to the back, bro. Like, she had to go and cry or some shit. I wonder where she is, bro. Shout out that girl if you're listening. My bad.
Oh my God,
that's my
so
favorite
good.
cancer story. Yo. Cancer was fun.
He said cancer was fun.
Yeah, my boy gave me a fucking Xbox. It was his Xbox, and he took it back immediately when I was fucking good. He's like, yo, I'm taking this shit back.
Before I do this ad, I just want to publicly announce to my girl, get me a PS5. I'm kidding. All right.
Get cancer, you might.
I should do that. I should.
Right. Dude, no, I don't wish that on anybody.
Cancer was fun. I don't wish that on anybody. All right. But if I get it, we're fucking chilling.
Word.
And I'm getting a PS5.
Word.
All right. Jimmy's Diner is brought to you by Soulita Soap. Soulita is a local skincare and soap company specializing in organic products for your skin and beards. Who loves a safe and responsible outdoor birthday party in the year 2020? I know I do. And Adam. Soulita Soap turns 1. If you're in North Providence or can make it out on October 15th, the Duke Kitchen and Spirits is hosting this anniversary event dedicated to supporters. RSVP through the link in my bio, and don't miss out on an open bar, bomb food, raffles, and more. And on the night of, a variety of Soulita products will be available 20% off. That's what it was.
Yeah, word.
Don't want to wait till then to get some of my favorite essentials like their shea butter and beard hood sets. Hit the link in my bio, and when you're done shopping, use promo code Jimmy's Diner at checkout. That's promo code Jimmy's Diner at checkout. I wonder where that girl is for real, though.
I think about her. I think about her often. I might have ruined her life.
Honestly. Or she's just doing Jimmy funds everywhere she goes. She
thought...
pulls up to a drive-thru now and she's like, before you ask, do you have a Jimmy fund? I don't give a fuck about cashback, fucking, first responders to COVID.
Yeah.
I just want to know if you have the Jimmy fund.
She might have changed her name to Jimmy.
Oh, my God.
Oh,
My
shit.
name
She
is
should
Jimmy.
on the show, bro.
Yo, for real. Oh, my God.
Oh, damn. Yeah, I never realized how fucked up that was. Like I in my mind, it was just like.
But you have every
this is
right,
so
though.
fun.
I feel like that's, oh, my God. You have every right. Your life at that point is just like.
Honestly, like in a very like serious like tone, my mom was like, thank God you were the way that you were during cancer because like you
Like
took it
as-
better than like
Yeah.
anybody else in the
Yeah.
family took it. You know, like I treated that shit like
You're a
joke.
humorous person.
And I
Yeah, that's
still,
amazing,
like,
bro.
And it got
You
me
have
through
to.
it, bro.
Yeah.
It got me through it. And I mean, I would love to tell everybody like do that. Like,
And it's crazy. You don't think you had one panic attack through cancer. You feel like you had it after the fact. Like anxiety and that's fucking nuts, bro. That's crazy. Wow.
yeah, I mean, and like obviously you didn't know that. I mean, Carlo
Yeah.
might have told you or like, no, actually, Carlo used to come. His boss, I grew up with the kid.
My best friend too. He's not just my boss.
Yeah.
He's like legit
genuine.
one of my boys.
Like he's just one of the best people
Yeah.
ever.
Mm-hmm.
He used to just come to my house and shave my head.
Oh wow.
Yeah, because I was like, yo,
That's
like,
great.
just like I can't get haircuts, but like I want to feel fucking normal.
You know what I love about Kato, bro? Like
Just shave my head.
You tell people shit. I don't know if you're like me. I'm in my head all the time, and it's my anxiety. You tell people shit, and you wonder like, are they? If you're like me, like you don't give a fuck. You tell people shit, and you're like, I wonder if they're gonna tell somebody else. I've never heard about that ever, and I've literally been like, oh, Adam's my boy. Adam's my boy. Adam's my boy. He could have easily been like, oh, he had cancer. I shaved his head.
Mm-hmm.
Never does. I've told Kato so much shit, and I never have to worry about that because that's the type of person he is.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
It's just honest. I mean,
And he keeps like if somebody the point that I'm making is like he's like a real boy. Like if you tell him some shit, it's staying between you and him. And that's it.
yeah. Bro, I mean,
I can't picture you with no hair right now. You have like this
I
shag.
got my fucking locks.
Yeah.
My locks. You know what's really
Straight
funny?
up.
Fucking the most ironic part. We're back to cancer, bro. See, once you drop cancer, it turns into
It
a
is
thing.
what it is.
Yeah,
dude.
yeah. Because you would never know. You would never. Fucking
You don't know
know
who's listening,
You never
bro.
saw
There's
my ball
people-
sack.
Yeah.
Also, you know what's funny? For all the motherfuckers wondering, shit looks normal.
It does.
It does. It does.
Nice.
You know what was the weirdest fucking part? Nah, we won't talk about that.
And you know what's funny? That in every joke ever, and I'm gonna ask you to say whatever the fuck you were not gonna say. In every joke ever, in any like insult ever, you're like my left nut. You could still say that because it was your right.
Yeah, but I used to be a suck my right nut guy.
Wow,
Yeah,
that's
yeah.
different.
So now it's like, suck that empty side of my sack, bitch. Like,
Nice.
yeah. Like, no. I forgot what I was gonna say, bro.
Something that you didn't want to say, and now I'm fucking like the podcaster in me is like, say it.
You know what's a fucking awkward conversation to have? If I hook up with somebody next, like, what's the approach? Am I like, yo, I got one nut. Like, is that sexy? So you want to tick something off? Like, you want to say you did something that you've never done before?
Yeah.
I got one nut. Like, is that how I approach her? Or like, do I just let her find out for herself? What's the move? That's something I don't know. I don't know. For the rest of my life, I don't know. What's the move?
Now you don't have to convince a bitch like, yo, I don't have to pull out. You have to do like some convincing. You have to break down the science of
That's not, bro. I will pull out for my own mental.
Yeah.
Like, it's not like.
But like now you know that it's like if it happens, it's destiny. So it's like you can just free empty your load.
Yes, I could.
Yeah.
But I like the.
You could empty the banana
I like
clip.
the receipt. You know, the receipt you physically see.
I guess if I was in your
Trickling
position, I would want
down.
to see like what that's made of. Like one nut. one nut. What? How much of a load can one nut produce? I would want to see that. So I get it from your shoes, 100%.
We are having two completely different conversations.
Nah. So what were you saying? What I'm thinking. No. What I'm thinking is like
you want to see
I had a
like
one
my
nut.
nut.
No, not your nut.
No, you want to see my.
If I was in your shoes, I get like what I'm taking from what you're saying is like if I was in your shoes and I had one nut, I would want to see whether you're nutting on her fucking chest, stomach, whoever you are.
I see that every day.
Okay, that's fine.
On my own.
All right. So what's the receipt? What's the receipt?
Oh, the receipt is like if I was to nut on her face and or tits and or ass. Like yeah, then we're on the same page. But my question is, for the rest of my life, like how do I approach that? That's my biggest. After cancer, my biggest problem is like, do I tell this girl I got one nut, or do I just like take her back and then let her find out on her own?
I'm the type of person. I'm straight up like until they need to know, like. For example, I've been dating Zov since February, give or take. And I would have probably told her in like I'm not a big like like there's fucking girls and even mostly girls cuz guys are like fucking more of like savages or whatever, sure. Girls have like their rules or whatever. I'm not a big time guy, but like I would have told her in like maybe May, I guess, because that's when we start. When you start taking somebody seriously, I guess that's when you tell them. But because you just said that you can't tell, there's no like need to tell them right away.
No, they need to physically go down there and find out for themselves.
But even then, can you tell?
Yeah.
Yeah?
There's one ball there.
Yeah, but you just said to an extent,
just
though,
looking
right?
at it.
Just
looking at it, you're
it.
like, that's an interesting looking sack.
Yeah, because sometimes you can come out the shower and you're like you could
yeah.
look like you could look like one's like hanging a little lower than the other.
Yeah, exactly. That's what it looks like all the time, basically.
The girls are like picturing this and they're like, wow, I didn't look at it that hard.
Sliding the DMs.
Yeah. Oh man.
Yeah,
this is great.
That concludes the sack portion of this podcast.
No, but when you come out of the shower, when like you have one nut and you've had two. You know that when you come out of the shower, sometimes when you have two nuts, one's hanging a little lower than the other. That can happen.
Yeah, of course. That's what I'm saying. Like, if you're looking at it dead on, it's if you just expect that's a normal looking dick and balls. Like, but it's really like a normal looking dick and one ball. But you start getting handsy down there.
Exactly. You're like, wait, what's happening? I have a hole in my chest.
Do you?
Not like a hole that goes to my organs, but like I have a dent.
Oh, word. You know who else does? And it's fucked up. If you never notice it, you're gonna notice it all the time. Kofi Kingston.
He does.
Kingston's got a fucked up chest.
Huge wrestling fans. We'll talk about this.
Yeah.
And if not now, another time.
Yeah.
I have to tell you about a glimpse into my future that I saw at the shop the other day. And I say a glimpse into my future because I think about the future because of my anxiety. I think about the future sometimes. And I will not say his name out of respect. I had a walk-in the other day. Technically not a walk-in. He booked an appointment through the app or whatever. He came in, Armenian and Puerto Rican. Right? I'm Dominican and Puerto Rican. I'm like, you don't see this all the time. You just blew me away because I'm like, oh, you know what? There's more. There's more Armenian and Latino. That's awesome.
I mean, I didn't know that.
I had no idea.
I thought it was fucking Adam Exotic.
I thought
that dude just won up.
No, fuck that.
I'm just Armenian.
I'll tell you why.
I'm
fuck
Armenian
that dude
in South American. That dude's Armenian and fucking Caribbean. I just got one up.
Nah, bro. This dude, I'll tell you why you're not one up in a minute.
Also, can I interrupt you for 1 second? I did a 23andMe. That was bullshit.
So what they give you?
Now
I need to know.
Fucking world except for Australia was highlighted.
Nah, I would get so pissed.
I'm pissed.
If I did the 23andMe and they gave me the entire fucking world, I would be so pissed.
But it makes sense, bro. Like Armenian and Colombian, Colombian has like their European influence. Armenian has like, Asia and like the Middle East and Africa. Like it makes sense, And then like North American side, like my grandma was like mad native. My grandma was mad native, like Colombian. So
I'm not doing one of those. Now I'm gonna take your.
Nah, bro. If you do, you got to get the oldest person in your family to take it. That's where you're gonna get the most interesting shit.
I did the. I know.
It keeps blending generation
at
after
the very
generation.
least.
That was a waste of time. That was a fucking waste of time. It was just like, oh,
I know
sick.
at the very least there's Italian in me because of my last name, and I know that my great grandfather is like Puerto Rican and Italian, and that's why I have Luca as my last name, but I'm primarily Dominican and Puerto Rican.
Well, you're also from New York, so you were gonna be a variation of those three things.
Yes, exactly.
Where'd you grow up? Queens?
Manhattan.
Oh, where?
Uptown Harlem. Jesus, is this New York? Not right now. My daughter's walking by and fucking.
Mad cute.
Thank you.
She's wearing her
She's
fucking
walking by in
Halloween pajamas. Bro.
I know at the very least I have
cute.
Italian in me, so now that you told me that, I'm turned off to 23andMe.
No, don't do it. Don't do it. Get the oldest person in your family to do it.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's the only way it makes sense.
Dude, you are Armenian and Colombian, and that's it. They're fuck 23andMe, whatever.
Yeah.
I had a segment on my podcast where I was talking about bitches who are like white girls who are like mixed. You ever see that?
Yeah.
They're like, oh, I'm French and this and that. And like, no, you're a nice little beef stew of white. That's it. That's all you are. So I had a glimpse into my future because I had this Armenian kid walk in, but he was Armenian. He comes in and he's like, oh, so-and-so recommended you here, and my boss also knows Caro. I'm like, cool. So you're Armenian. He's like, yeah. I'm Armenian and Puerto Rican. I'm like, okay. So right away, I'm like, I have a glimpse into my future, bro. I'm Dominican and Puerto Rican. My girl's Armenian.
Oh, that's your son,
Boom.
bro. That's
exactly.
your son. Yeah.
Then this dude starts opening his mouth. Then he's like, I'm like, all right, I have the usual questions. I'm cutting his hair. I'm like, what's your plans this weekend? He goes, this is going to sound real funny. And I'm thinking like it's going to be some regular shit. Because when people say that in my chair, they're usually like, I'm doing dating apps and this and that or whatever. He's like, I'm joining a fraternity this weekend. I'm like, all right, I didn't even know in 2020 that those existed. Then he starts getting into detail about what they do. And I'm like, oh, if this is my future son, I'm going to smack my girl now.
Yeah. I thought this was going to end in you saying like, yo, I'm going to break up with her. Like
Seriously, I'm at least smacking her now and being like, let's not produce a son, let's do a daughter instead. I'll have another girl.
Yeah. Yo, you know one thing though, my proudest accomplishment in life is that I don't have a sister.
Really?
Yeah. I mean, it's not my.
Are you all boys?
Yeah, it's me and my brother.
Nice.
But if I had a sister, bro, she'd probably be hot as fuck.
And that's fine for you to say.
Right? Like
the president said some shit about his own daughter.
But like think about it. Like statistically speaking, Armenian and Colombian chick,
hell yeah, bro.
bro, my sister would be bad.
Colombians are fire. Armenians are sorry, babe. Colombians are fire. Armenians, I'm with an Armenian now, are also
bad,
fire.
Bro.
Yeah,
Armenian chicks are bad.
100%.
Yeah, but
I eat my girl's ass once a month. Like it's cool.
Yo, I've known your girl since like I was a kid.
So you look at her as like a sister?
Yeah.
So me saying that is awkward.
No. I've been listening to your podcast and it's just like completely changed our relationship. She has no idea. I'm just like.
Cool, this dude just eats your ass.
No, I'm just like, good for you, girl. Yo, and you know what it is? And it's like so many people, I know there's a ton of people who would listen to this and just be like, what the fuck are they saying?
Yeah.
Oh, we're all adults, man. We're all adults.
And if you're in the podcasting world, you know what you're getting
Here's
yourself
something
into.
funny that I think, like, you said you thought I was funny. Like, thank you. I appreciate that.
100%. I'm going to literally convince you to get into comedy after this podcast.
I was thinking about something, according to this, and our generation, the first time I heard about a blowjob was on national news. Think about it.
Okay. I need to know where, when.
You know where and when. I was a fucking kid. And the president was getting blown in the fucking Oval Office. I grew up with blowjobs.
Yes.
We all did. Like, if you're not sexual and you're not open about your sexuality when you're 5 years old and they're like on the news, it's like president gets his dick sucked in the Oval Office. Like, it's like, yo, I think that kind of wired us different.
Yeah.
There was nobody talking about that. Like, I mean, like Richard Pryor and like and
That thing's been smacking.
what's the white dude, old white dude. Like his eyebrows were like fucking crazy. He was amazing.
He's like
George Carlin.
Yes.
They were the only two motherfuckers who were like going off talking about like great. Well, Eddie Murphy too, but he was kind of like after that time. But nobody was like.
What I love about my podcast, I never give myself a pat on the back. What I love about my podcast is it can go from deep to like this.
Yeah, but you know what it is? It's like
There's
our
no
generation
genre.
is open about that.
Yeah, that's
it's
fine.
open about and it's like what I like about podcasting in general is like it's you connecting with just real people. And it's like, even if you don't say it out loud, that's what you're thinking. I mean, we literally, that blew my mind when I thought about that. It was earlier today. It's like, yo, the first time I ever heard about blowjob was on the fucking TV. On the TV. In front of the whole country. I was like, what did he do? What did the president do? And then my dad's like, well, let me tell you.
Dick sucks.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah.
You love podcasting that much? Fucking do it. If you want Adam to podcast, spam DM him and tell him to podcast.
Hip hops.
Maybe we'll do it together too.
Unfiltered.
We might have one. This has been way too good.
Yeah, I like this, bro. This is my first time. Might be beginner's luck. I might suck for the rest of the time.
Nah, you're a natural. There's weeks like everything else you're like,
yeah, I don't feel
and
like
then,
doing it. Yeah, yeah.
like last week I was like, like mentally, and then my girl and fucking her Talene, you know Talene.
I know
Talene.
Shout out Talene.
Shout out Talene. Everybody, like literally, everybody was like, "Oh, great podcast." I'm like, There's weeks like that, but you have no idea because everybody's like,
I feel you.
Yeah.
It happens with the hip hop stuff too.
and all your hip hops are fucking like I told you about the Beer 101 shit. That was amazing.
Yeah. I mean, it's a lot to keep up with, man. It's a lot to get. It's a big dedication. I mean, and I took a step back recently just because of family reasons.
Of course. I mean, COVID itself is not easy to deal with.
No, but the whole reason that, like, if you want to hop into that, I don't know what you got lined up, but
No, I don't give a fuck.
We can get into
bro.
hip hop.
This is all freestyle. What I'm saying is like COVID, like the world itself right now is not easy to do.
You got to look at the bright side of things, man.
Yeah.
Like, I lost my job because of COVID. I was living in Harlem, and I moved back home to fucking Cranston.
Where in Harlem were you living?
I lived in East Harlem. I lived on 115th and 1st. Wow. Yeah. Shout out Love Cafe. My boy Jay. He's got the best fucking egg and cheese on a roll in the city. Yeah.
Let's go.
Yeah, Catan's Market too. I like Catan's Market. Best chopped cheese in the city.
You know, I grew up in Harlem.
You grew up in Harlem?
Yes.
Where?
I was born in Washington Heights. I grew up in Harlem.
I like Washington Heights, bro.
You do?
I like Washington
Yes.
Heights. Yeah.
Let's go.
There's a lot of nice like bars. There's a lot of, you know what's cool about Washington Heights?
Have you been to Coogan's?
Who?
Coogan's. It's like it's an Irish bar, but it's fire though. They have good food.
I haven't been to Coogan's. What I like about Washington Heights is right now there's a boom, and as a kid, I mean, you should probably have him on. I believe he's Dominican and Puerto Rican. He might just be just
because Wash Heights is primarily it's Dominicans. Wash Heights is like Broad Street essentially.
Yeah, he's from. Fuck, it's gonna hit me soon. I forget what street, but like up there, way up there, or if anything, he's from the Bronx. But this is my boy Joel.
You were a New Yorker for a little bit.
Yeah. Is my boy Joel. He's he runs a store down in downtown. Fuck, man, I knew every neighborhood like the back of my hand. I spent a year in New York, and I have seen more of New York than New Yorkers will probably see in a lifetime.
Well, that's the thing. We take it for every person that lives in whatever state they live in, take it for granted. Like,
yeah, of course.
Rhode Islanders, I'm sure take whatever. Like, I come to Rhode Island and I'm like, oh, I love New York system and I love this and I love that. And Rhode Islanders will be like, oh, I've never had that or I've never tried that. Like, I'm the same way. New York, you can probably tell me shit in New York that you've tried that I've never tried.
Yeah, bro. And the thing is, with my job, so my job when I was working in New York. In New York, there's no liquor stores. I don't know if people in Rhode Island know that. People in Mass.
It's fucking weird.
Well, there is liquor stores, but you can't sell beer in liquor stores. Mm-hmm. The liquor stores do not carry beer. So I sold
the bodegas
beer.
do.
I hit every single bodega in Manhattan and most of Brooklyn.
How much luck?
Mad people told me don't go to Brownsville and don't go to East New York, and I was like, word. I hit everything but Brownsville and East New York. They're like, nobody's gonna buy your shit, and you don't need to be there.
Because all they do is like Heineken and fuck.
Yeah.
I don't know how in 2020 they don't buy anything else, but that's
No. It's crazy, bro. These places go through like 24-ounce cans of Modelo.
Yeah.
They'll go through like 35 cases twice a week. So that's 70 cases of just 24-ounce can Modelo. When I was working in Boston, I would sell 1 case a month, if that, to my accounts. You know, New York's a fucking different beast. And if you don't have a 24-ounce can there, nobody's going to buy it. And people don't give a shit about craft beer in the bodegas, you know? I mean, I wish. The grocery stores had it too. But I hit every single bodega. I can safely say I've been to every single bodega on the island of Manhattan.
Wow.
Yeah.
I believe you.
It's crazy. So I've walked down every single street in Manhattan. And that's a crazy thing to say. Because I've seen every single neighborhood. I've seen like it, and it's cool. There's a lot of places there, and especially craft beer scene. Like I was talking about Joel. Joel reps the craft beer scene hard. I think his Instagram handle right now is The Bronx Brewery. Mm-hmm. He works with Bronx Brewery a lot. He works with he's got a Uptown Ale Society or Uptown Beer Society. He's like very, very big into the Black and Latino craft beer community. He's like a pioneer of that stuff. So he's a good kid that like I would definitely recommend. He's like an OG in the craft beer world in New York. And what he does a lot of too, and it's like, you know, he's fucking proud of it. And I give him all the power because there's a lot of craft beer breweries who try to like, what do they call that?
Where are they located?
Who?
The Bronx Brewery. This looks like it's
The Bronx Brewery. Or I don't know too much about the Bronx. I'm gonna be completely honest with you. I know
you were in
I know
Manhattan,
South Bronx.
That's where I'm from.
I live East Harlem. I know, and then like I know all of Manhattan. I know all of Brooklyn. Downtown Brooklyn is where his store is at. The Beer Barrel. That's like probably one of the best beer stores I would say in New York. But he calls out a lot of breweries for like cultural appropriation, you know, because that happens a lot. Like they'll like start trying to like push things, and it's like, bro, you don't know shit about that. And he's been there since the start of craft beer in New York, so I shout him out a lot because, you know, he was real. He helped me out. He pushed the Two Roads big time. I did tastings for him, you know, and he was just a real dude, and I respect him for what he did.
Now, when you say you lost your job through COVID, you lost your job in New York or you lost your job in general?
I lost my job in New York.
Okay.
So, and it was a furlough. So they said like, listen, we will give you your job back, but for right now you're unemployed. We don't want you to work. Like there's no sense.
What
So
a lot
I
of
moved
people
back
don't realize. Are you kind of grateful for that?
I'm grateful for that because it gave me the opportunity to do hip hops.
Yes.
Because COVID
Now
made me so bored
Yeah.
and miserable that I needed to come up with something.
I think what a lot of people don't realize too is the furlough thing was I think what a lot of companies and bosses, managers, whatever, were trying to do was they were trying to give you the opportunity to collect.
Oh yeah.
So that you can get whatever they're giving you, $600 a week or whatever the fuck it was, and then you do things like that.
Mm-hmm. I mean, shout out Two Roads because, you know, it did like it. It kept me financially stable. I moved out of my apartment in Harlem, you know, which sucks. I would have loved to stay in New York for like another year, 2 years.
It sounds like you were having a blast for the most part. You explored the island of
I love New York.
Manhattan's a fucking island. You explored Manhattan for the most part, and yeah.
But
they gave you
I came
other
back
opportunities.
home. This is the first time I've been back in Rhode Island since I got fired from Dell's, which was the fucking worst job I ever had. It was the sketchiest job I ever had.
Wow.
I would show up every morning, and it was all like illegal immigrants. And when I say illegal immigrants, you know, people automatically go to like Mexicans, you know, like no. Bro, I was with people from like Croatia And
What?
Like, yo, I'm
Those
telling
people
you,
are in
dead
Rhode
ass, bro.
Island?
Yeah.
Get the fuck
Yo,
out of
like
here.
people like
Get
it was
the fuck
fucking
outta here.
UN of illegal immigrants selling Dell's lemonade, and me and my boy, and this one dude who lived in like South Providence, like, and it was the three of us and like a bunch of like illegal immigrants from any country you could think of, like God. Croatia. I think there was like there was an African dude. There was like a Bolivian dude. There was like literally it was like the UN, and we would get in the back of like a fucking Penske truck with like the logo like sanded off.
Oh my God.
And they would just drop us off at various places in the hood, and like they'd be like, "All right, we'll be back." Never like
with
sometimes
a cart?
I get, huh?
With a cart?
With the cart.
Okay.
With the cart, yeah. And one day, the dude from South Providence is like, "Yo, I go home and nap every day." I was like, "Are you serious?" He's like, "Bro, they drop me off like close enough to my house where I just walk home."
And they pay you hourly.
Yeah, it was all under the table.
Yeah.
And he's like, "I go home every day." I'm like, all right, the one time, bro, I called my boy came to visit me, like where I was on Cranston Street actually.
Yeah.
And he comes, he's chilling with me, and he's like, "Yo, I gotta go run some errands." I was like, "Fuck it, I'll come with you." I go, we like do his shit.
So what do you do with the cart?
I left the
you
cart
leave
there.
it there.
I left the cart there, but I took the money with me.
Yeah.
I was like, I'm not gonna leave the money.
Of course. Worst case scenario, they take a little bit of.
I took the money and I took the cups.
Yeah.
So then I get back.
They're fucking.
The boss is waiting for me there.
Oh no.
He goes, "Go home. Tell your buddy not to leave. Go home." He's like, "Grab your shit and go home." And I'm like, "Damn, bro, like my bad." Like,
yeah.
He's like, "No, go home." And I was like, "This job kind of fucking sucked." I'm like, I'm okay with that. But this is the first time since then I've been back in Rhode Island working. So
nice.
like I'm like, yo, it all worked out. It all worked out for a lot of reasons. So shout out COVID. I shout out COVID all the time.
Wow, that was 2 in 1.
Yeah, I saw that.
I'm gonna ask you to do a comedy improv. We'll do a deal right now. I have to break the seal. Do you have to pee?
Yeah, hell yeah.
Hell yeah. Who wants to go first?
Do we cut it and like we?
No, I'm not cutting shit. I don't edit anything in this podcast.
I don't
That's
know
the
what I'm
rules.
gonna do.
So I'll do an ad. You do an ad. We'll literally pick each other's ads. 2 roads. You do an ad for 2 roads for like a minute. I'll do an ad for whatever the fuck you choose for a minute.
Whatever I choose. You want me to do ad for 2? That's fair.
All right.
Can I go first?
You want to go first?
Yeah, hell yeah.
All right. What do I do the ad for though? You got to pick one.
All right, go first. I'll think about something.
And
No.
What is my ad?
Soulita soap.
I'm doing another one.
No.
Just pick like some random ass shit that's like not even my fucking.
Game Boy Pocket.
Wow. Okay. What was even for? Okay. Yep. Game Boy Pocket. Game Boy Pocket. Game Boy Pocket. Boom. This dude brought it back. This dude's in all the fuck. The Game Boy Pocket. Wow. All I could think of is fucking Pokemon, to be honest with you. If you weren't playing Pokemon, what the fuck did you have a Game Boy for? Honestly. You were playing Tetris because you're a boring fuck who wanted to figure out how to build shit and then later brag about it when you were 40 or whatever the fuck you were years old and you were like, "Oh yeah, I'm moving furniture very well because you know what? I learned how to play Tetris." Go fuck yourself. We don't like people like you. We like people who are messy. We like people who didn't know how to pack a U-Haul responsibly. Because you didn't fucking play Tetris on your Game Boy Pocket because you played Pokemon and instead you picked Charmander as your fucking first Pokemon. I think Adam's on his way back from shaking his dick. So he's going to do an ad for 2 roads on the spot because that's his comedy homework.
I should have done. I mean, this is gonna be my sales pitch. Like, if anybody listening to this owns a liquor store or a bar and you don't carry this after this, then I didn't do my job. I should have given you like herpes cream or something like that.
You should have, but you didn't. So now you can do herpes and 2 roads.
No. Ladies and gentlemen, this ad is brought to you by 2 Roads Brewing Company, the pride of Stratford, Connecticut. Brought to you by the godfather of farmhouse ales, Phil Markowski. Phil, obviously, you know him from fame of writing the book Farmhouse Ales by Phil Markowski, has given us a plethora of craft beer coming from the staples, such as Lil Heaven Session IPA at 4.8% and Road to Ruin Double IPA at 8%. Also, who can forget the wonderful seasonals we have? Peach Jam, which contains 100% peach. Road Jam, which contains 100% raspberry. Rosemary's Baby, which contains 100% pumpkin, aged in 100% Caribbean rum barrels filled with vanilla bean. Holiday Ale, Farmhouse Ale, and our brand new Accelerator Doppelbock German style beer. Also, don't forget about our Oktoberfest classic Marzen style ale to remind you of the great days with fucking this is tough. Remind you of the great times where you're sitting out there with your friends in your Lederhausen and you are knocking back sausage and some, well, that's Italian sausage. Forgot the word for German sausage. When you're knocking back German sausages and pretzels. Two Roads, we got something for everybody. And now featuring, Jimmy, can you get those seltzers? Our 100% real fruit seltzer called H2 Roads. Remember, people, real fruit has real color. We have here our cranberry lime flavor. Jimmy doesn't like seltzers, apparently. That's good. I'm fucking glad. But I don't know if you want to drink that or not.
I'm going to try it. I just pressed the button on the soundboard by accident, so.
So that wasn't recording the whole time?
No, it was. But I just your voice was still heard. I'm going to try this. What is this?
Cranberry lime.
Cranberry lime.
H2
I don't like
Roads.
cranberry. I love lime. Let's see what happens. 4 carbs. They're fucking awesome for stepping into seltzers, by the way.
Yeah, and this is 100% real fruit. So we don't, you know.
I don't like seltzers, bro, but this is actually not bad. I don't
It's
like
different.
cranberry.
This is a craft seltzer. See,
But like the thing is, like I don't taste the seltzer that much the way I tasted in.
like Truly and White Claw.
Yeah.
So with that, it's like more of like a, you know, your body's kind of conditioned to understanding like artificial flavors and like like Truly and White Claw has its own flavor, right? It's like that's what came around first, and now we're all conditioned to knowing what that is. This is an alternative take on that. It's more of like an easy drinking,
Casually
craft
walks
seltzer,
into the
like I
kitchen.
said. Yeah. But
Is this yours? Did I finish my beer?
yeah, probably.
Jesus Christ.
You got these 3 over there. There's some more in the fridge. But anyway, yeah, thanks for letting me throw that out. That's pretty much what I do all day long, except for like less of like a hey, nice to see you fucking voice, you know? Yeah. I go in
Can
usually.
you show us your voice for fucking selling beer right now? Like
It
what
depends.
is it?
I got a strategy. I got a different voice for every single
What's the
account.
strategy?
I got to know where I'm going and like what their demographic is and what they like. Like, for example, if I'm like, if I'm in the hood, I'm pitching this and I'm pitching this. Oh, this was your beer. My bad.
It is what it is. I mean, I'll fucking
So,
finish it.
you know, and I also have a lager, which is like very easy drinking, but it's an award-winning lager. It's called Cruise Control. That lager does well at accounts that only sell like Coors, Bud, Miller, you know? So I have this lager. It's made with real local ingredients. It's award-winning beer. It's solid. You know, it's not a mass-produced thing. Like you're if you got a client who was willing to pay a little bit more, you know, you got a better option for them. You know, and that's what our Cruise Control is. You know, I got a style for everybody. We got sour beers from Two Roads.
I'll even try that.
I
I'll
got
just fucking try it.
Persian lime. So you like lime, right? All right. So
What is the sour though?
I'm gonna give you. I'm gonna give you a test. So this is a nice trick for anybody to try if you're trying to get into craft beers. If you don't know what sour beers are you know, it's exactly what it sounds like. It's got that tang. It's got that, like, you're gonna pucker up when you taste it. So when I taste people on this beer, can I use a Soulita soap cup?
Yeah, what?
All right, word. I'm gonna pour myself some too.
Baby, trying to get in. My cat's trying to get in the room. My cat's kind of fucking dumb, honestly. And I bet she's trying to get him in right now, and he's just like, yeah, he's just fucking jumping.
Yo, he's
away.
mad jumpy. He's
This
like
dude
hopping.
is a dog.
He's
bro.
like a rabbit. Yo, so with this beer, don't drink it yet. When I tell people to learn how, it smells nice, right? 100% real lime.
This is a sour?
Yeah. So with this beer, you're gonna drink it in 3 sips. The first sip is gonna be it's gonna shock your palate. You're not gonna know what's going on. It's gonna really shock your palate. It's gonna you're gonna be like, what the fuck was that? The second sip, your palate's gonna expect what's coming, and you're kind of gonna be like, okay, I get this a little bit. On the third sip, you're gonna like it. I think you're really gonna like it, but you're gonna realize that it's like refreshing, man. Like a sour beer on a hot day is
I've
amazing.
never liked sours, so let's see.
Do the 3-step process, bro. That's what I tell people to do all the time. People who tell me they hate sours end up buying one. Shout out Soulita soap. Buy that shit. Beard bomb and shit too. Also, October 16th, 15th, open bar. That's all I heard. The first one's weird, right?
A little bit, but I don't like sours usually, so.
Your mouth isn't used to that. It's not used to that flavor. The second one, it already knows what's coming. You're less shocked, and you kind of start picking up on flavors. What's cool about this is we make this in like see that the truck on the can? We call it part of our tanker truck series. Mm-hmm. It's a refurbished milk truck. So I used to deliver milk in those trucks. So that's a refurbished milk truck, and the milk truck is now what ages the beer. So the beer sits inside of that.
Yeah.
It's like a metal vat, basically, and it ages inside of that, and that kind of like...
Now, Two Roads is where?
Stratford, Connecticut. Okay. So it's right past Hartford, if you're coming from Providence.
It was crazy. If this was colder, I think I'd actually really like it after the third sip, honestly.
Yeah.
And I can't say that about a lot of sours.
Yeah.
Like, I actually had a bad I don't like sours so much.
Honestly, they're the most refreshing beers you can have. They're the most refreshing beers.
I love. You could like take. I actually like the sour, honestly. Mm-hmm. Like I want to have it cold.
Yeah.
And I feel like I would actually fuck with it. Mm-hmm. It's fire. The only sours I've had were through like Revival and then one other brewery. But I've had Pinky Swear. I've had Aloha. Aloha was something I should have enjoyed because it was pineapple, but I'm sure you've had it. But this is fire though.
Aloha is the seltzer cider though, right?
Nah.
Aloha from down east?
Nah, Aloha from Revival is the pineapple sour.
Yeah. Down east, I think their cider is called Aloha.
They do have a pineapple cider, yes, they do. That's not bad though. All my girl drinks is cider. She doesn't like anything else.
I know that. Yeah.
That's all she fucking drinks.
Cider and rim jobs.
Yeah, from my fucking Instagram, right?
Yeah.
That's literally all she fucking drinks. It's crazy. What did I? Oh, I didn't even fucking. So, dude, I literally fucking talked about this maybe 20 minutes ago. The fucking Armenian and Puerto Rican kid that worked at the barbershop. Wow. We jump into rabbit holes on this podcast all the time.
Yeah.
This dude walks in. He tells me
the frat
casually. He's like,
a frat.
"I'm joining a fraternity."
During
as weird
COVID?
as it sounds, I'm like, okay. If COVID isn't already fucking with you mentally, then let's join a fraternity. I'm like, I didn't know literally my exact words were, I didn't know those existed in 2020. Tell me more. The podcaster.
Yeah.
So he's like, yeah, it's not as crazy, which to me was like, I'm like, this dude's downplaying. He's like, yeah, it's not as crazy as like people think it is anymore. I'm like, all right, tell me more. He's like, I just have to like do shit they tell me to do. I got to clean up after parties and stuff like that. I have to go through. He's like, they're kind of racist. This is when he tells me he's half Puerto Rican. He's like, yeah, I'm Armenian and Puerto Rican, so they call me Mexican. I'm like, okay, so these kids are like the fucking douchebag white kids on Xbox Live who, like, if you're Spanish, they just assume you're Mexican. They don't care what else you are. Yeah, go ahead. They don't care. They don't care what you actually are. They're just like, you're Spanish, you're Mexican automatically.
Yeah, of course.
He's like, I have to clean up after them. And he tells me all this other shit. It's not as bad, but I'm like, there has to be more to it. I'm like, why are you doing this? He's like, girls.
Yo, Mexicans get a bad rep.
They do.
They get. I love Mexicans. Mexicans are fantastic,
100%,
fantastic people. But if somebody calls you Mexican, you're gonna be pissed.
Yeah, because honestly though, now that I know that you're Armenian, that's one half like
I'm
glorious.
I'm 100% Armenian and I'm 100% Colombian.
Glorious. The other half is also Colombian's also glorious. Yeah. I feel like the Spanish sides of us, and I say Spanish side to me because literally there might be like 12% Italian, whatever the fuck.
Man, that doesn't. You know where you are. You don't got Italian flag.
The type of Latino that we are, we're very like almost bougie in a sense. Where Colombians, like Dominicans, our cultures are very like high. We think of ourselves. Exactly. Proud. So my shit is like, how the fuck? He's like, I'm doing this for girls. How the fuck do you not think you can get girls on your own? That you have to join a fraternity.
White dudes, like straight up white dudes, need to do that.
That's what I fucking. Apart. I'm so glad you thought that. I'm mad drunk. I didn't even remember that I fucking thought that.
Yeah, to set themselves.
My
apart.
fucking thought process was like, I thought only white kids.
Bro, you
this.
can get girls when you walk up and you're like, "What's up?" Oh yeah, I'm Armenian and I'm
Puerto Rican. That pissed me off.
That's why they call me Adam Exotic, bro. That's why they call me Adam Exotic.
Good. The first thing I thought of was like,
person who's ever called myself.
Dude, you're Armenian and Puerto Rican. How the fuck do you not think you can get girls on your own? And the first thing I thought of was like, white kids do this for girls. Yeah, if you're white and you're like, oh, I'm doing this for girls, that would make sense. But if you're both Puerto Rican and Armenian, bro.
The only reason to join a frat,
and I didn't even know those exist. Would you honestly think fraternities existed in 2020?
Yeah, my brother was in a fraternity. I got a younger brother. I mean, he joined the fraternity, right? Because all his boys joined the fraternity. But he, like, as soon as he got into it, and then I got another one of my best friends too who joined a fraternity too, and him and my brother, both took the same route. They joined the fraternity, and then they were in the fraternity, but they were like, all right, like, whatever. Yeah, I'm in. Like, I'm not really, like, I'm not going, like, I'm not the dude who's going to be like, yeah, G Alpha Sigma, like, forever. like there's those dudes who, like, they come back year after year. I'm like, my brother was, like, a year into it, and he's like, this is going to look good on a resume, you know? Like, he's like, he didn't care. Same with my boy. Like, you do it because your friends do it. And to be honest with you, I think you do it because if you have no other way, there's some schools where it's like, yo, if you're not a frat, you're not getting invited to parties. Frats throw dope parties. Like, I went to his frat parties all the time. I was like, yo, these are dope. But, like, I also get invited to my own parties.
I judge I'm not gonna lie, I judge the shit out of guys. I saw this kid and I was like, bro, you doing this shit for girls? You could imagine, I think you're a good looking dude. You're fucking Armenian and Colombian. You could imagine this dude is Armenian and Puerto Rican.
You think I'm a good looking dude?
Yeah, you're a good looking dude.
Let's go.
Bro, this motherfucker is
Shout
Armenian.
Out Carlos Barbershop.
This motherfucker is Armenian and Puerto Rican, and he's like, I'm doing this for girls. I'm like,
nah, man. I mean, that's gonna be your son, so
that's not gonna be my fucking son. Oh my! It will, dude. If like I wanted, like if literally, my thought process was
get the fuck out of here.
That was perfect. My thought process was like, if this is my possible future son, I was thinking, what the fuck? And I wanted to go Tony Soprano on his ass and just bug out. And you will get that reference when you watch the show.
Yeah.
I was so pissed. I was like, dude, What I couldn't wrap my head around was the fact that it was 2020 and in 2020 so many things are canceled. And when you think of fraternities, you think of like I saw Law and Order episodes about like fraternities and like rape and stuff like that, and like I couldn't believe that in 2020 fraternities existed. That shit's insane.
Yeah, no,
And he didn't tell me anything crazy, but I was also like.
Sororities too, though. It's like
Now sororities are what?
With the girls. It's just a fraternity for girls.
Yeah, I didn't even know about that.
And it's
I
like,
heard about them, but I didn't know about them.
It's like, I don't know, man. With like such like women, yeah, sure, women's rights can go either way. Like, not women's rights. I'm saying the wrong fucking thing right now. I'm about to get canceled. I'm just saying, like, there's women's like feminism movements, right? I'm all about equality, gender equality, and things like that. But I feel like if I was like a hardcore feminist, like I would be against the sorority. I could be saying completely wrong shit, you know what I mean? Mm-hmm. But I feel like I would be against sororities because like they're the same shit as a fraternity, man.
What's
like,
the rules? What's the rules behind
It's the same thing as a fraternity. It's just like, yeah, they do a lot of community outreach and shit like that. That's great. That's good for you. But like, I'm sure there's hazing still in a lot of shit like that.
Yeah, the hazing shit is the craziest thing.
Yeah, bro. It's like, you're going to humiliate yourself. And they say like, yeah, it's the best part about it. Like, you know, like we build like a friendship, like whatever. Like, I don't know. Me and my boys bust each other's balls all the time, you know, or in my case, ball. But like, yo, I don't like. If you said like you can't be my friend unless I shit on you, like I'm good. Like,
yeah,
you don't need to be my fucking friend. You shit on me after I'm your friend. Anyway, I'm drinking out of fucking coffee cups, maybe for the rest of my life. I love this. I'm drinking all my beers out of coffee cups.
I couldn't believe this dude when he said that fraternity existed in 2020.
Yeah, that seems like something that they should have canceled fraternities a long time ago.
I thought so because I remember fucking like reading about fraternity.
Why? Like what's the big deal? Like tradition, you want to keep the tradition alive, but like, okay, so you can't do community service on your own.
He was getting like the freshest fade, and he was like, "Yeah, I'm doing it for girls, and like I clean up after their parties and shit." And I was just like, "Bro, you can get girls on. There's fucking dating apps." There are dating apps.
Yeah.
Which I'm sure, like,
it's the easiest time in the world to meet people. Right?
Yeah,
even with a goddamn
100%. I cut another
global
dude
pandemic, bro. There's a global pandemic, and you can still get laid. Think about that.
100%. I cut another dude who literally is like fucking just strict. And I did this a little while, not too long ago, but he strictly dated on dating apps. That's fine. But to like go through a fraternity and that's how you do it, I don't know. I don't knock a lot of shit, but I told him straight up in my chair, I was like, dude, you're a good looking dude. You fucking, like, I don't know, Armenian and Puerto Rican, bro. You got it all figured. Like,
it's a cop out, bro. I mean, it's kind of like, how was it pitched to you? You know, how was it pitched to you?
I didn't get it, honestly.
Whatever. I mean, I hope you got one daughter. Hopefully, you keep that streak alive, bro.
I'm just gonna keep having girls.
Yeah.
If they end up, I don't know. If they end up being thoughts, like that's the worst thing I have to. I would rather go through a daughter being a thought than a fucking dude, than a son being like, Dad, I have a confession. I joined a fraternity.
I want to be a Chad, Dad.
Yo, you know about the Chads and the Brads? Yeah. Did you fucking go that far back in the podcast?
Nah.
So you know about Chads without listening to that podcast?
Yeah,
that's
Chad's like a thing. Yeah, Chad's a thing.
I literally...
Bro, you thought you invented Chads?
No, I know I didn't. But after the Newport weekend, I had a podcast called Chads and Brads.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Chads and Brads.
That makes sense. Newport. Yeah. Oh, man. It's a breeding ground for them.
So good, bro.
What is the female equivalent of a Chad and a Brad?
Wow.
It's not a Carol. Karen, what was the thing right now? Karen. It's not a Karen. Karen's like a...
Chads and Brads, I feel like, are like...
It's like Stacy or Stephanie. It's got to be like a...
So like Stacy's Linda's.
Nah,
Linda.
nah,
No?
I feel like Linda is like the tag team partner of Karen.
Okay.
Like when Karen's like,
So Stacy.
Linda gets the hot tag, you know.
Stacy, Vivian. Vivian is a chatterer, Brad. What'd she say?
She said, "No, it's not." I was letting it marinate. I was like, "Okay, maybe."
Yo, all right, Stacy.
I don't know if it's Stacy either.
Stacy is one. I feel like.
Yeah,
Stacy.
Melissa. It's gotta be.
Melissa is definitely one. Melissa sounds like such a stuck-up
Tiffany,
name.
bro. It's gotta be Tiffany. It's gotta be Tiffany.
Yo,
it's gotta
bro.
be Tiffany. It's gotta be.
I
Tiffany.
swear to God, dude, my chest got so hot going from Melissa to Tiffany. I don't know why.
Did you watch Flavor of Love?
Yes.
Flavor of Love changed my life.
Why?
I think that was the first show where I watched it and I was like, I love this show. I love this show. Besides like wrestling as a kid and like cartoons, like I was like,
we loved toxic shit as kids.
Yo.
We loved Monday Night Raw, which had fucking the most toxic shit you could think of.
Flavor of Love was like, like I was.
Were
just
you
like,
a Jersey
week
Shore
to
fan?
week. Yeah, hell yeah.
Fuck yeah.
I still watch like you know what I watch religiously and like it's just like me and like a handful of people. The Challenge. The Challenge on MTV. It used to be the Road Rules Real World Challenge.
Yes.
Yeah, I still I haven't missed a season since '97, bro. Like, literally, that's my guilty pleasure. That's my guilty pleasure.
Nice.
Straight up. I love that. We're the MTV generation. Straight up.
We really are, though.
Yeah. Yeah. We were raised on presidential blowjobs and fucking MTV.
I feel like the peak toxic Jersey Shore moment was Mike situation ramming his head into the wall.
That was unbelievable.
Or fucking the fight with Ron and Sam when they were throwing shit all over the place. Where he was fucking literally like launching a bed and she was on top of it.
Yeah.
And I might get canceled for that. I don't fucking know. But it was just funny though. I could just say it's funny. It was funny. Yeah,
you know, that's like the most she was always like, I'm done. But then when she was like, I'm done, I was like, yo, she's so done.
Oh my god.
Yeah, that was fucked, man. Like
that.
You know what's sad? You know what's honestly sad? The fact that like there's some of the biggest moments of our lives. Yo, when Pumpkin spit on New York.
Yo,
I was like,
wow, he brought it back.
I was like,
wow, he brought it back.
That changed my life, bro. That changed. I was like, oh my god. But there's things like that, like Sammy acting up, like on Jersey Shore.
Dude, he fucking threw the fucking bed, and she was like on it.
Yeah, I remember that. Yeah, that was bad.
Really bad.
That taught me how to like not suck. Ronnie sucked, bro.
Yeah.
That dude sucked. I was like, yo, Ronnie.
I feel like that show instilled in us as kids that toxic relationships were okay for a little bit.
What year were you born?
93.
Okay.
You?
91.
Wow.
Yeah. Because I was like finishing high school, maybe starting college when Jersey Shore was like a thing.
Wow, I'm fucking young. I'm not that.
You're not that much younger than
like,
me, but like, I mean, if you were in like a sophomore in high school and I was like, you know, a freshman in college.
That's
when
fucking
Jersey
crazy.
Shore that came out, that's like two different
girl.
mentalities.
I'm gonna ask this girl. I'm gonna put her on the spot. She's gonna fucking hate.
She's your age, no?
Nah, she's 25. She like barely missed.
To be 25.
Hey, I have a question. You don't have to show up on the camera. You could just fucking. You don't have to be your.
Zov, you have to come here because like I was your camp counselor, bro.
Come over here real quick. I'm begging you. I'm as your boyfriend and your lover. I'm begging you publicly. I'm your lover, begging you to come over here. Come over here. Come sit on my lap like it's funny? December and it's
I heard
Macy's.
that you're an excellent lover.
Facts.
I appreciate you for that. Thanks.
I'm asking you like it's Macy's and it's December to come sit on my lap. Like it's Macy's in December, and I'm Santa, and I'm asking you. I'm not asking you. That's a little pushy. That's like Joe Biden shit. So fucking, what's the equivalent to Brad and Chad to females? He said Stacy. I thought I agreed. One half is Stacy.
I changed it to Tiffany.
Brittany and Tiffany. Wow,
and Tiffany.
I'll at least, you could be like the mom in the mom in fucking Timmy Turner in Fairly Odd Parents before they show their faces. She could just like.
Oh yeah, huh?
Vivian? Wait, that's the mom in Rugrats?
The black girl?
No, Dill Pickles.
No, it's Stu and what's Angelica's mom's name?
Fuck.
What's Stu's brother's name? His brother is the dad, Angelica's dad. I don't remember. But Vivian's the black girl, no?
I thought Vivian was the mom of Angelica with her fucking side lip over here.
What's the black girl's name? Carmichael.
Oh my god.
Her last name is
Angelica.
Carmichael.
Oh yeah, Susie
Carmichael. Yeah,
bro.
Yeah. I remember
Wow,
Carmichael.
that's fucking crazy. Have a good night. Do we have weed or no? She said no. Wait, we don't? Fuck. It's a sativa. I can't do it. Fuck. I'm so
Isn't
mad
that the
right
worst?
now.
Isn't that the worst?
I have to go to the dispensary for me and Carla tomorrow, so. Wow. I had all this shit in my notes and I was like, we're going to go. But the cancer stories were good. Everything was great. Like,
What was the percentage of your notes that you went through?
nothing.
Nothing?
No, so I went through like, so you want to, I'll go through my notes right now and
Okay.
you're going to laugh.
I'll say,
Cold brew
well,
story.
we wrapping up?
Are we?
I'm asking you.
Naturally,
No,
if
you-
we do,
you-
it's fine.
you-
If we don't, then it's whatever. Well, I have time. I don't give a fuck.
You navigate this.
I don't give
you're
a
the fucking
single fuck.
You are the captain now. So
Go.
no. If you want to wrap up,
Cold brew story. Introduce Adam. What do you do?
we didn't even
Meaning,
talk
what do
about
you do?
hip hops. We didn't even talk about hip hop.
Favorite beers.
I'll come back.
Best pizza on Rhode Island.
Favorite beers. My favorite beer period is Miller High Life. The champagne.
Really?
The champagne.
Are you fucking serious?
I swear to God.
We'll
I
just go
promise
through
you.
this
That's
as
the
a
easiest
speed round.
Yeah, that's what I meant. I'll speed
Bro.
round the shit out of this, or I can come back.
Wait, say that again. Your favorite beer.
Miller High Life.
Wow.
The champagne of beers.
Okay.
I actually heard a story one time about this
You just
dude.
absolutely stumped me.
Yeah,
right
yeah.
now.
This dude who owned
Miller High
a
Life is actually
old-
mad good.
This
too.
dude owned an old liquor store, and he told me about the time where some salesman, the same way that I come in, I pitch Two Roads, pitched Miller Lite to him. It was in the 60s. He's like, this crazy motherfucker walked in, and he said, I have this beer for you. He's like, it's called Miller Lite, and it's a lower calorie. It's like a very easy drinking version of like Miller. It's in the Miller family. He's like, it's a light beer. It's a light beer. And everybody's like, what the fuck is that? He's like, no, I don't want it. Get out of my store. He said no to the Miller Lite guy. That's crazy.
That's fucking insane.
There's a time where like people would like said no to one of the biggest beers we've ever known.
So we're speed rounding this, right? I'm just going up my list of things that I had. And I knew this was going to happen.
Yeah.
Are you a pizza guy?
Yeah.
Or are you a pizza is pizza guy?
No, I fuck with pizza. I don't know what pizza is pizza.
So,
No. There's good pizza. There's shit
Are
pizza,
you-
but all pizza is
all right,
good
so
pizza.
you're not a pizza. So a pizza is pizza guy is like a guy who was like, pizza's pizza. I'm going to get fucking Little Caesars or like Papa John's and it's fire because it's
No, I don't. Like, I'll be like, yeah.
pizza. You're my fucking boy.
Yeah, I don't want that. I don't want that. Yeah, I mean, I'll take it. Sometimes I crave that, and I was like, I want to eat this. But if you're saying let's get pizza,
I'm like
and
that.
and you come at me
I
with
told
let's
my
get
girl-
Little Caesars.
I'm like that about like so this is what I think. I think Domino's is a sleeper when it comes to certain things. Thin crust pizza from least to best. Thin crust pizza and personal or not personal. They're pan pizzas. I'm like that about like I'll crave like if I'm like being cheap for some reason and I'm also craving like a pan pizza, I'll be like let's get Domino's because their pan pizza is actually pretty smack. Like,
I mean, I had a boy who's like a big time lover of the thin crust.
Thin crust is fire
Thin
too.
crust
That's what
at
I'm saying. Like
Domino's.
their thin
He's
crust
like,
is fire
he's like,
too.
yo, I only go with Domino's.
I've been friends with like pizza guys who are like, oh, let's get 7-Eleven. It's a fucking pizza.
I fuck with 7-Eleven pizza though. I fuck with a slice of 7-Eleven. I'll eat it. I'll happily eat it.
So what to you is the best pizza in Rhode Island?
Famous Pizza on Plainfield Pike. Famous Pizza Plainfield Pike.
I'll try it.
On the Johnson Cranston line.
Have you had Batola?
Never heard of it.
Fire. Bro.
You know where I went the other day? Flatbread Co. Off of Thayer Street, right behind the CVS on Thayer Street.
I've heard of that.
Yo, it was
The way you're becoming Italian and you're like this. That's why I'm just like, all right, I'm gonna try it.
It was so good. And it was like I got like a mushroom pizza, which I never get mushroom, but I was looking through, I was like, this actually sounds best to me.
Okay.
And I got it, bro. It was incredible.
It's just mushroom on a pizza.
No, it was like mushroom and like other shit too. But like I don't.
I've actually heard of
pizza,
flatbread on Thayer.
Never.
It's like
order
in the
mushroom.
cut. It's like off.
Yeah, it's right behind.
Technically.
It's right behind the CVS.
Yes.
like in the back.
Okay. Yep.
Yeah,
All right.
yeah.
Fuck it. I'll try it.
You have another ad read?
No.
Do the herpy cream ad read.
The what?
Herpy cream.
Herpy cream?
Yeah. Like
Or for us, like a relatable thing, hemorrhoid. I'll do a hemorrhoid cream read.
Shout out Preparation 8.
Have you done it or no?
Suppositories.
All right. So, as my boy is going to release some fluids from his body, I want to take the time to talk about something important. We enjoy things like wings, Chipotle, the hottest Doritos you can think of. Things that are completely irresponsible for our assholes. We also enjoy sitting on the toilet for unnecessary amounts of overtime, scrolling through Twitter and Instagram irresponsibly. Then finding out we have a lump on our assholes, which, well, if you're me, and I'm drunk, I'm sorry if I'm miswording this, you think it's cancer automatically, but it's just a hemorrhoid. Whatever cream you get, that's the cream that's going to help your asshole. Whether it's Preparation H or Adam and Jimmy on a podcast to relax you and make that hemorrhoid go down.
Yo, your cat ran up on me.
Did he?
I almost threw hands. I got fucking scared.
That's so aggressive. That is so aggressive. What were we talking about before you left? Oh, pizza
fire
spots. Batola.
Oh, yeah.
Top 2 for me. I'll try that for you. And the one in Johnson.
Where's Batola?
Famous? I passed by Famous before, so I'm gonna try it now.
It's on Plainfield Pike. It's on the Johnston, Situate, Cranston line.
Both of mines are wood oven pizza places. Huge fan of wood oven pizza.
That's what what's it called is Flatbread Company.
Oh, is it?
Yeah.
So Batola, which is on Ralph Square in Cranston.
Oh, I passed it.
Bro.
I passed it. They talk mad
Go
shit.
there.
They talk mad
Do they?
shit.
How so?
Because they got signs in the window saying like, "Yo,
Best
pizzas."
They won an award. Yeah, best in Rhode Island.
I was like, I'll be the judge of that. I haven't had.
Yeah, hell yeah,
Oh,
do
alright,
it,
cool.
bro. Do it up.
Yeah.
So at first try Fellini's. Have you had
Oh
Fellini's?
fuck yeah! Have you had Fellini's Thanksgiving pizza?
Everyone keeps telling me about that. Naughty Ne. You know Naughty Ne, right?
I know
Hot
Naughty.
Hopes.
Naughty, shout out Naughty.
Yeah.
Naughty is the
Shout
truth.
out.
I fucking love it. But more important
She
than
tried
Naughty
me about Thanksgiving.
Thanksgiving pizza from Fellini's is one of the best.
She told
pizzas
me.
I've
She
ever
told
had
us
in
about
my
Thanksgiving
life.
pizza.
In my life, that shit is fucking
Yeah.
amazing.
What's on it? She started telling. I don't remember it off the bat.
Things that I do not like:
Yeah.
turkey, stuffing, mashed potatoes, gravy, and
There's mashed potatoes and get the fuck.
and
Get the fuck out of here.
Cranberry.
Yeah.
Get the fuck out of here. I don't fuck with cranberry sauce. I don't. But they put cranberry sauce on the side and you put it on your own slice. Yo, it's the best thing I've ever had.
might be a guilty
And it's
pleasure.
like if you're not from Rhode Island and you're listening to this, it's like you got to put this shit in like 2 months in advance to get this pizza.
This type of thing that I'm about to tell you is the type of shit that me and my girl talk about after sex.
That's a healthy relationship.
Listen, this is the type of thing that me and my girl talk about after sex. Okay? Bomb sex. After sex, we talk about just randomly in bed, after sex, about to go to sleep. We talk about how D'Angelo's is underrated.
Hell yeah, dude.
Super
Hell
slept
yeah.
on.
Hell yeah.
I told her about the Thanksgiving fucking sandwich that they have. Have you had it before?
No.
Fire. Literally,
Their
all the things you hate too.
Korean steak sandwich is unbelievable.
Korean steak,
Yeah. It's
bro.
got like a slaw. Yeah, it's fucking.
So this is the type of shit we talk about after bomb sex in bed. Literally, D'Angelo's being underrated, and I started telling her
I don't want to have
about,
sex with you, but we should go eat.
Yeah, we should. Bro, D'Angelo's, like, come by the shop, dude, if you have free time. Well, I'll put you on to the D'Angelo's turkey fucking sandwich. It's turkey fucking...
Every time I'm at the
stuffing.
shop, you're ordering from Harriet's, and shout out to Harriet's, sponsor the fucking pod.
I hate
but
Harriet's.
it sucks.
I really do.
Sucks.
Yes.
Harriet's is ass, bro.
If you claim to be like one of the breakfast staples in Rhode Island and you don't have good home fries,
Just
you
because
suck.
you're open at 4 a.m. doesn't mean you're good.
Yeah, nah. I put Denny's over Harriet's. That might be cap, but like, yeah. Dude, if you don't have good home fries, you're not a good breakfast spot. That's my
their
personal
home fries are
opinion.
so bad. So bad.
We should have a I feel like there's so many food trucks in Rhode
We're about
Island.
to get canceled by
We need
Harriet's.
to.
But I don't
give a
care,
fuck.
bro. Like, fuck you.
They're gonna
Harriet's.
come over and be like, "Fuck!" I could like cut one of their kids' hairs or whatever. I don't know. Their grandson. I don't fucking know, dude. We should have a food truck that's dedicated to breakfast. We'll look into it
all breakfast all the time.
all day. Like,
Yeah,
we'll be the one person in Roger Williams with fucking bacon, egg, and cheeses.
My boy Gary is gonna be pissed at me, but his idea is drive-through Chinese food.
That's actually dope.
Yeah,
That's dope.
yeah.
I'm not stealing that idea. I'm sticking to. I want all day breakfast, but like New York style. You know. So you would be a great
Yes.
like owner.
Yes. Yes.
Bacon, egg, and cheese is salt, pepper, ketchup all day. That's it.
Salt,
It's
pepper,
as
ketchup.
simple as
Yeah,
that.
and you know what it is up here? Like salt, pepper, ketchup is like a foreign idea.
It is, bro. You go to
Why do
fucking
you want that? Like, why
bro.
not?
I literally like this is, and it could be any type of Middle Eastern. This is a growing up in New York thing. It could be any type of Middle Eastern ever in New York. Owning a bodega, it's a New York thing where you go into and you know this.
I know what you're
you go
saying.
into a
At first I was
bodega.
like, what the fuck is this dude
You
talking about?
order
We're talking
a
about
fucking
breakfast.
This is where my love for Middle Easterners started. I go
I know exactly what you're about to say. I know exactly. What
you
you're about
go
to say.
to a fucking bodega and at fucking 7 a.m. you're running late for school and you're like, bro, I want a bacon, egg, and cheese. And he looks at you very, very passionately. He goes, salt, pepper, ketchup? And you're like, yes. And he just convinces you like that. And it changes your entire day. No matter how shitty your fucking Dunkin' coffee is.
Yo, shout out Jay, man. Shout out Jay from Love Cafe on 115th and Pleasant Street.
Tell me not.
Yo, I mean,
Tell
like
me
that.
not.
That's a good, like that's a dude that like I wish I had one more chance to talk to him, you know. And I would like to go back and be like, yo, Jay, like I'm coming back and I'm having your breakfast, bro. You
Yes.
killed it. Like he was.
We need to.
I think he was a Dominican dude. Like,
Yeah. We need to fucking start a breakfast all day food truck with a cat. With a cat that's
you
just
got a
in
cat,
and
bro.
out.
You got a fucking bodega
That's it.
cat in training,
We
bro.
literally- yeah,
This
literally.
Thing is, yeah. I mean, at what point are you gonna
This
ship this
motherfucker
thing
is
out?
all over the place. I'm
What-
gonna record him and put him in the fucking
What time are you gonna
editing.
ship? When you gonna ship this dude out?
This dude is all over the place, bro.
This is a bodega cat if I've ever seen.
Zovig. This dude's like at the door waiting to go in.
He's about to get folded. What?
This dude's waiting to go in.
Yeah, he's got moves,
Me
bro.
and Adam were talking about a fucking New York breakfast food
This
truck.
dude's got cuts like Todd Gurley. You know what? I lived in New York in 2012,
Oh.
and I would walk. I lived on 34th and 8th, across the street from Madison Square Garden. Yeah,
Bro, what?
dead ass. And I would
How
walk
much did you pay for rent?
Oh, it was through college.
Okay.
Yo, I paid maybe. I wish I had the exact numbers because it was stupid. Stupid.
Yeah,
Stupid.
bro. Across the street from
Stupid.
either you said
Stupid.
34th and 8th, and my
But it
panic
was
started to
through
go
it was
up.
through college. So like already it was like, all right, overpriced college housing. I lived in the New Yorker hotel. You know TikTok Diner?
Yeah,
I lived above TikTok Diner.
that's
Yeah.
yeah.
I think I paid like I can't remember the numbers, bro. I can't remember the numbers. It was
That's trauma.
stupid. It probably equaled out to like $3,000 a month.
Yeah, nah. That's
Honestly,
exactly.
and I lived
what
there
it
for
is.
6 months.
Yeah,
It was
probably like
fucking
2,800.
stupid. It was the worst.
Yeah.
Anyway, I used to walk down 34th Street every day coming back from work.
Yeah, that's
And I don't know where the fuck I was going with this story. See, that's my problem. That's why I can't run a podcast. That's
You
why you
can.
run a podcast.
You can.
No. I don't remember where I was going. But fuck that area in New York. Seriously. Because it's all bums and tourists. Oh, I remember where I was going. Every day I would walk home.
Check what we're recording right now.
Huh?
I have to check what we're recording right now. We're still recording.
Every day I would walk home. I really genuinely thought walking down 34th Street. I lived on 34th and 8th, and I worked on 3rd and 40th. So I would walk back. I would take the bus cross town.
That's where Two Roads was?
No. This is 2012. I worked for the National Center on Addiction and Substance Abuse. And I was like, this job is whack. And that's why I was a narc. I was like, no, seriously. I did social media marketing for the National Center on Addiction and Substance Abuse. And I was like, yo, here are some signs if your kid is doing drugs and alcohol. Like,
Yeah.
and I post that, Like, it was stupid. And I go home and smoke weed and get fucked up. And I was 20. So like I would like I knew all the spots like in New York where like I'd be drinking like no worries. Anyway, coming back, just like your cat, I felt like I was like, I can try out for like the CFL at least. Bro, when you're walking down 34th Street at rush hour, I was just like,
Yeah. Hell yeah.
And I was like, all these people are like walking around like no fucking worries in the world. I'm like, I got a mission, bro. I gotta go home. Like, I live here.
It's so funny because like half of New York is like I'm in a rush, and the other half is like
Dude,
late
I remember
to
one
everything.
time Macy's on 34th Street was on fire.
When?
2012.
Yes.
I was walking
Okay,
home.
yep, I know exactly.
There was a
what you're
fire
talking about.
at that Macy's, and there was mad fire trucks.
Because everything in New York at that time, after 9/11, is like paranoia.
Everybody fucking took a million pictures, bro.
Yeah.
Everybody just stopped moving. They're like, fire truck. I was like, bro, you've never seen a fire truck in your life?
There was something about 2012 that paranoid people too. Because
That was
of
my
the whole-
one New York breakdown.
Yeah.
I feel like every New Yorker needs to have a New York breakdown.
Mm-hmm.
I was on 34th Street in between like, I was on probably like in between like 6th and 7th.
You talking shit?
It's just talking shit.
Talking shit.
Yeah, just like no shame. I was in between 6th and 7th, and I broke down, and I was like, "Get the fuck out of the way!" Like I was like, "Well, you never seen a fucking fire truck in your life before?" Like I lost it, bro. It was just
There was something about 2012 in New York that was like everybody. I know I was paranoid. I was still living out there. I was living in. So depending on what month, because I literally moved to Rhode Island in October of 2012. Once I turned 18, I was like, I'm out.
why Rhode Island. Have you
I
ever
had
told this
people.
story?
So I've never told this story. I was beefing with my dad heavy. Me and my dad are fucking mad cool right now, like stupid cool. But we grew up. I went through the whole like AJ and Tony Soprano thing. You'll get this when you fucking. My dad beat the shit out of me, and I was just like, to me, it's anxiety and fucking. This is the first time I'm being open about this on this podcast. I hinted at it, whatever. I went through like physical trauma with my dad. To him, it was like being hard on me. He gets it. He fucking learned from it.
It's a generational thing, bro.
Exactly. I don't hold it against him. He doesn't, like, he knows it's a mistake, but he's not guilty about it because I tell him not to be guilty about it because it's like, I get it from his shoes. It's a generational thing, like you said. So I went through shit from him, and I was like, when I'm 18, I'm fucking out this bitch. I'm not dealing with this anymore. So I dipped. I had cousins and shit and friends in Rhode Island who were like, Rhode Island's mad cheap. Because at 18, I was like, I'm leaving. I don't know where I'm at, but I'm out. And people were like, don't live in New York, come live in Rhode Island. So I came to Rhode Island, and since then, that's what it's been. In 2012, there was something about 2012 in New York that there was that whole like Mayan calendar fucking weird thing.
Yeah, everybody thought they were gonna die, and like it was.
Yeah,
we didn't die, unfortunately.
I'm sure
now we're gonna
fucking
die in 2021.
Macy's on fire wasn't like helpful at all because people were probably like, "Yo, this is another like whatever the fuck, a terrorist attack or whatever."
Bro, but 2012 was like.
It even felt weird. That might have been like a weird.
It's like a month-long vacation in Aruba compared to this year.
Yeah. Oh hell yeah, 100%. This year fucking sucks dick. I'd
get cancer like 6 times more.
I actually love 2020
to make 2020.
I do love 2020. I'm not gonna lie.
Shit's not gonna be the same for a long time. Shit's not gonna be the same. People are going to be paranoid as fuck. Like, yo, after they're like, yo, we're good. We don't got to wear masks anymore. People are going to wear masks for years.
You think so? You're literally on the notes right now. So you think people are going to wear masks for years?
Are we going back to rapid fire?
We're not. We're actually like naturally on this now. So you think that we're going to wear masks for years?
Years. No.
I think it depends on like who wins for president.
Selectively. Yo, of course.
Who do you think's winning?
I don't know.
Not like who do you actually? You've thought about this before.
Trump.
I think Trump's winning too. Honestly, I do.
I thought for a long time Trump getting coronavirus and fucking putting his dick on the table and saying, wasn't that bad? Like,
yeah.
Yo, his supporters are rock hard right now.
Oh, 100%.
Rock hard.
Boner like crazy.
Yo, and it's just like, I don't know, man. I don't know. I hope. Something we said way early on got me thinking about something, and it's like, you know how we talked about like our generation? And this might be something stupid for us to say, that like, I think our generation is the right generation. You know, I think we got to figure it out. I think we're accepting. We realize that mental health is important, right? Mm-hmm. We realize that like homosexuality and like who you are as a person, like transgender, anything like that, race, like we are accepting of these things. I mean, there's outliers. Of course, there's fucking outliers. They're called the South. I think we need a politician who's our age, bro.
100%.
To run for president.
100%.
Like, I don't fuck with
We're
Trump
way
or
too
Biden.
weird, bro.
Like, they're both like, fuck. I don't, like, these are our options. Because there's no third party option, bro.
There really is.
I fuck with Kanye hard. I might be Kanye's biggest fan. Straight up. I might be Kanye's biggest fan. But Kanye, I don't need you to be my president, bro. There's no third option. It's Trump or Biden. You got to choose one of the two. And if you write in Bernie Sanders, even though Bernie's an old motherfucker, I fuck with what Bernie says a lot. But, like, I wish Andrew Yang was up there, bro.
Facts.
I don't. There's probably
or even
there's
Pete
probably
fucking
Buttigieg,
yeah.
bro. Like, it's just like, yo, this man has like a brain that works, and like he can maybe hear out different ideas and see.
And they don't look like
points
they're
of
about
view.
to fucking die.
Yeah, bro. Like
yeah.
it's
like people looked at Trump and Biden and were like, "Oh, I wish Bernie was in the race." Like, dude, he looks like he's gonna die more than.
Oh, of course, yeah, of course. But it's like, give me somebody who has like an open mind and who can make a fucking decision somewhere down. There was even like a bunch of like when Trump was running against like all the Republicans like the first time around. There was some people on that panel. I don't remember them now. I'm not like huge into politics, but I was like, I like what that dude's saying. You know, I think it was like the mayor of like some town in like Cincinnati. He was a little bit older, but like he was younger than Trump. But I was like, that dude like makes sense. He's just a real motherfucker. He's just a real everyday solid dude. And it's like, give me that, or give me somebody young. Why the fuck does Canada get this fucking young ass charismatic dude that the whole country loves? But we're deciding between two fucking evils, bro. We're not gonna get anywhere with that, and if it keeps going on, we're fucked.
It's true. We are. I'm gonna fucking look at if this is actually still rolling. And it is. This is fucking insane. This is unprecedented. I think. I don't know.
What do you want to do? What's the move?
Podcast
I don't know.
for fucking 2.5 hours.
I've never done a podcast, bro. I don't know what the fuck.
This is Joe Rogan time, and we've
Is this
literally
bad?
not stopped. No, it's not. Hell no. We've literally this feels like nothing right now.
Is Soulita soap gonna be mad? Yo, Soulita, you guys, Soulita, sponsor me, bro. Sponsor me. Hip.hops.unfiltered.
This dude's lit.
Yo,
bro.
I love drinking.
Can
out
you
of a
tell me
coffee mug.
so to wrap up this podcast, right? Tell me the smoothest shit to say to my girl in bed in Armenian. Because you know what struck me right now? That you have like a Spanish accent, but I know you speak hella Armenian too. Tell me like the smoothest shit. Also, hold on, before you even say that.
You opened up such a wild door because like I feel like I can either say something. I can say something to just absolutely end your goddamn sexual career.
Why? Because I'm gonna not pull out one more time.
No. It's just 'cause, like
This is the funniest picture ever.
Yeah.
You literally look like you're like, yo, shut the fuck up.
Yeah. Who took that?
This
picture?
is
She
gr-
took it.
She showed it to me. My boy Bags is in this. Gatto's
Where's
in this.
Bags in that?
Bags is down here.
Damn.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
You
Bags got a
literally
nice
look
ass
like
natural hairline. That
you
dude.
do, and you have a
No, not
course
me,
like
Bags.
oh Bags, hell yeah.
Yeah.
You literally look like you're like yo, shut the fuck up.
That beanie was elite because it used to just like stay on the side of my head like this, like straight up like Tyrone Bigum's like it was incredible, bro. Like literally, I love that beanie.
Yo, that's
I
amazing.
love that beanie. All right, I'm not gonna tell you what no. I think you got
The
it. I've listened to your
smoothest
podcast before. Bro.
But I want to know some smooth ass Armenian shit to say in bed.
What do you want to say? I'll tell you exactly.
Wrap
What
it
to say.
up. How about something very not smooth? Like I want to eat your ass.
That's what I was gonna say to you.
So say it. This is why we're brothers.
Achchi.
What?
Achchi.
Achchi.
Yes, kovorat bidilizem.
All right.
Yes.
What?
Yes.
Yes.
Ko
Ko.
vorat
Vorat.
bidi
BD.
lizem.
Lazem. Wait, what was the first thing you just said?
Achchi.
What is that?
Girl.
Okay. Oh, wow.
Yeah.
So say it again one more time. The first one, girl.
Achchi. Ach.
Ach,
Chi.
chi.
Yeah.
Ach, chi. Okay.
Yes, ko
Yes, ko.
vorat
Voret.
bidi
BD.
lizem.
Lazem. Okay.
Say it one time through.
Damn. Yo, I'm too drunk.
Achchi yes ko vorat bidi lizem.
Wow.
Yo, you don't even need that. I'll do the fucking.
Adam, you are the fucking shit. If you have any final thoughts or anything, just say it right now.
I don't have anything, bro. I mean, we started.
We
off
literally
hot. We
fucking.
kept going.
We're
took
still hot.
I took you
I just feel like
completely-
it's just too
Yeah,
much
yo,
for people
nobody's
right
gonna
now.
fucking listen to more than this.
Nah, people. Yo, you'd be surprised, honestly.
Yo, honestly, you know what I'd like to say? This was fun. I'd
This
like to
was.
come back, bro. Like I'd like to
100%.
come back. I'd like to. I feel like we personally spoke about a couple things we were gonna speak about. We talked nothing about wrestling. I feel like mad people. Yo,
Yeah.
you would be surprised how many people appreciate and love old school wrestling.
Hell yeah.
Old school wrestling. I kind of keep up from here and there too. Now, wrestling. I think wrestling's coming back. My final thought is invest in wrestling.
Hell yeah.
WWE stock is at an all-time low right now. Nice. Leave that there for the next pod. Shout out Jimmy's Diner. Yo, and also your boy was the first fucking guest. So
On Jimmy's Diner, officially.
Yeah,
Let's
yeah.
go. I actually hit Sinatra on this.
Oh, nice.
So
I can't do that one.
he doesn't. He's a Red Sox, right? 100%. Yeah.
We suck. Yeah.
Dude, I don't even know what happened with the Yankees tonight. But that's your final thoughts.
I don't know. My final thoughts is I'll be back soon.
He will definitely be back
soon.
sooner than later because the Yankees lost.
They're
losing.
Yo, I live
For
down
a
the
2.5
street,
hour podcast, we killed it.
What's
He's
your
definitely
average
going to be
time?
back on.
I thought it was like you do an hour
average
by
is like an
yourself
hour,
and like
yeah.
2 hours with a guest.
Yeah. 2.5, dude, with a guest. Like, naturally, we're the shit. So,
Yeah, it flew by.
yeah.
We got a couple more drinks too, so I mean, you guys not gonna see that, but I appreciate you. Keep in mind the first 10, 15 minutes of this podcast.
Take
That was
it-
probably like the most important part.
Yeah,
I would say for
100%
me
seriously.
personally,
The rest of it is like
it's fun.
coping for whatever the fuck you got going on.
I'm sorry I surprised you with the whole cancer thing, but it made for solid content.
It did.
Yeah.
And I'm going to take the next couple minutes to convince him to do comedy, honestly. 'Cause this is amazing.
I'm gonna try. I'll see what happens.
Ladies and gentlemen, this has been episode number 44 of Jimmy's Diner featuring my boy Adam from Two Roads and Hip Hops.
Shout out Soulita Soap. We didn't even talk about hip hops. Anyway, follow me.
All fucking 67 of your accounts.
No, I'm only giving you two. If you own, actually, I'll give you three. If you own a liquor store or a bar in the state of Rhode Island, follow at Two Roads Adam A. That's the number 2 Roads Adam A. If you love beer and you love music and you love learning and you love stupid drunk shit and bullshit, follow hip.hops.unfiltered on Instagram. And if you want to slide in my DMs, it's at AAAKTCH19. Also, OnlyFans at AAAKTCH. That's the only place I got one ball pics. That's it. Yo, tell that girl like who was on here with the OnlyFans.
Yeah.
Tell her like I'm
Collaborations all day.
No. Just tell her I'm a fan.
Yeah.
She was
But
cute.
collaborations, bro.
Like a joint OnlyFans.
Missy Elliott. Episode 44, the fucking riot episode featuring my boy Adam. Let's get it, bro.
Yeah, I appreciate you,
It was
bro.
fun, bro.
For real, this is a good time.
My name is Jimmy.